This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Rob Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote the All right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Ooh, welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 318. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim.
I'm the intern.
And no Blake this week. He's off battling the coronavirus. Or he's drunk on corona. I'm not sure which one.
Something like that. Have you heard the coronavirus made Ohio fall?
Yeah, Oxford, Ohio.
Miami University student and their traveling companion may have contracted the Wuhan coronavirus and are being quarantined and tested for it.
Yeah, they said it's going to take a week for them to get the results. And they said
Look at all the schooling they're missing.
they canceled all the basketball games
Really?
this week, yeah. Because and they
the
left
Lakers and
we'll get to that. They left it up to the other colleges that were playing the teams, the women's and the men's, and they said no. I don't blame the other colleges for saying no.
No, we want to catch a virus.
So they said it's going to take a week for them to find out if they actually have the virus or not. And they said, well, why does it take that long? They're like, well, they got to do the test. There's 3 different tests they do, and then there's shipping, and then you got and I'm like, wait, what? Like, this isn't Amazon.
Have to ship it back to the CDC or something?
I'm like,
Well, every city doesn't have a laboratory.
no, I know, but it's just like Amazon can get it there in a day. I'm sure you could get a courier from Amazon to get it there to Atlanta right now. What do you need?
But would you trust Amazon with carrying a possible coronavirus?
Do you trust his government to do anything?
More than Amazon to deliver it properly.
Would you trust your brother to deliver it?
He's not Amazon. I would trust my brother, damn it. He's got 8 hands. That's not going to fall.
But he could accidentally crush it.
Well, that's true. But it's not going to go anywhere. He'll just close his hands around it.
After this week, I wouldn't trust Amazon because I ordered dog treats and they sent me an Amazon Echo Dot.
And you didn't have to send it back?
And when I asked them about it, they said you can either donate it or dispose of it, and we'll resend you out what you were supposed to order, or we can refund you your money back.
Excellent.
Good customer
So
service.
$9 for an Echo Dot and some dog treats.
Well, where did you donate it to?
My bathroom.
All right.
Yeah, because Jim said that's what Jim said. He said, yeah, this is just their ploy to try to to listen to you. This is their way. So I said, well, it's fine because I'm putting it in the bathroom, so all they're going to hear is me pooping.
Yeah,
Singing in the shower. Yeah.
everybody talks about these the Echoes and everything, and Alexa. They're just doing that so they can listen to what you say. If you turn it on, you actually. Like, yeah, they're going to listen to what I say, then realize they're going to be really bored and turn it off and find something else.
You realize if you're saying something incredibly important that you don't want to get out, you should probably just unplug your Amazons to begin with.
I always like when they're like, no, we're not listening. And then somebody murdered a wife. His wife allegedly, and the police went to Amazon and they're like, yeah, you can get that Echo Go or the whatever it is. We have it in there, and it's like, whoa, I thought you weren't listening at all time. Well, Well, it doesn't send it to Amazon. Bullshit. But yes.
some of them, there's far too many people that own these for them to be listening to everyone. So I mean,
Yeah, but you do algorithms.
well, yeah, they'll target you.
Yeah.
Or I mean, yeah, they'll throw it in the computer and figure out what people are talking about and what's important. But it's not like they're like listening to you to try and find some nefarious thing to catch you in or to blackmail you.
I don't have much of a life. I probably would listen in if I worked at Amazon.
Yeah,
Hey,
you would.
What's John listening to talking about today?
We have a hard enough problem people listening to this.
Hey.
Yeah, we put this out for people to listen to.
Intern Hackney gave us the bump. So we got the intern bump.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so anyways, yes, coronavirus possibly in Ohio. Everybody made fun of me this weekend at game night because you guys all mocked me for trying to buy a bunker, underground bunker.
I thought that's what the studio was.
No, I want a real underground bunker.
That's underground.
Yeah. I found some for $120,000. That will be a family of 5. Bulletproof door.
How much is a family of 4? You can just get rid of the one you don't like.
Well, there's 4 of us in here, so I think we're set.
Yep.
Well, I kept looking because they start off at $37,000. I was like, well, that doesn't do everything. It's a generic air filtration system, and then you go up and you get a good air filtration system at $60,000. So then I was like, okay, well, that's not bad. What else we got? Well, you go to $90,000, you get a little bit better, and like they do increments of like $5,000, and I'm like, well, at this point, I keep looking. I'm like, well, I want the $149,000 one now because at this point, I'm good. Then I got storage. I got I got water filtration. I got a full bathroom, but it's the compost toilet. I don't know if I can handle that.
Any bunker you have is going to have that type of toilet system.
It's either a compost toilet or it's a bucket.
I know.
You're not going to get
So is the
sewer system hooked up to your bunker
Why?
because that's where the viruses will come in through.
Damn it.
It's not sealed anymore as soon as you open it to the
So
sewer.
my question is, what is a compost toilet? Like I've seen it on house hunters when they go to the tiny houses. Basically, you just shit into like a basket and you wrap it up and that's it. Is that basically a compost
yeah,
bucket?
you wrap it up. That's it.
Well, is it a bag? I mean, what is it? Intern, get on that. All I know is I heard compost toilet, and my wife's like, I'm out.
You just dig a big hole.
It's cement floors. This thing is awesome.
A composting toilet is a type of dry toilet that treats human excrement by a biological process called composting. Composting is carried out by microorganisms under controlled aerobic conditions. Most composting toilets use no water for flushing and therefore are called dry toilets.
Oh,
Do you still want your bunker?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to save your crap,
You just got to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. I'll take
This
it.
sounds awful. This sounds awful.
Well, that's what you get for having a bunker.
I know, but then at least I would be alive.
But the good news is you can then use your compost and have a garden out back.
You can't go outside.
Well, when it clears up, you have
Oh.
all this shit ready for a garden.
So, Rising S Company, they have bunkers for sale. And I'm going to get you some prices on these here because I think we could buy one. I really do.
We also made fun of you for buying your masks, too.
Shut up.
He doesn't want to address that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, please. I'd love to know about this.
He bought some of those, like,
N95 masks.
masks you put on so you're not breathing in this. I'm sorry he's not wearing one tonight with us in here.
I know, we've been outside.
Anyways, so the exact quote from Ape Hands' wife, who's a nurse, when she found that out this weekend, she goes, "Oh, that's cute." But I got some. They're sold out. Sold out everywhere. Even Amazon, they're tough to sell. So $37,000, $37,500 from Rising S Company. You can buy a bunker, basic NBC air filtration system, kitchen counter, stainless sink, shelving in the kitchen, water pressure pump.
So when you step up your basic NBC, you get Peacock with it.
Yes, this is how Peacock gets listener or viewers.
How much water storage space does it have?
Well, that's the issue is that you gotta have a storage spot next. I mean, you gotta build.
That doesn't even come with
outside.
your own water storage.
No, none of these do. You got to basically connect it, except you ain't get higher. But they will connect it for you. You just got to buy it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're doubling the price just because all that is a place where you can go and not breathe fresh air.
The one I like, let's see here. It's $71,000. It has private bathroom with composting toilet, water pressure pump. Gray water evacuation tank, gray water evacuation pump, a full kitchen, a toilet. Let's see here, some shelving and 2 bunk beds, or you can make 1 queen bed. What I would probably need is about minimum is $82,000. It has 2 bedrooms, bunk beds in 1, full kitchen, full family room, bulletproof door. Shelving for food storage. But then at that point, I'm like, fuck this. I want to go all the way. I want the 149. This has 3 bedrooms, full bathroom with a shower, full kitchen, a huge pantry. Let's see here.
I think a shower would be kind of wasting your precious water.
12-volt LED lighting, 12-volt TV, DVD combo.
A VCR?
No, DVD.
No Blu-ray? I'm out.
Yeah, that doesn't help my Blu-rays at all.
So I'm just saying, I think this would work. There's a solar generating charging system with battery supply, $145,000.
You know, I've been seeing that there's places up there, those little articles that pop up about how Hobbit homes are like the thing now, where you kind of like build them into the side of a hill. Maybe you can do that, or you just live there.
You still have contact to the outdoors.
But you can make you build all that and then just put a bunker at the front that you can open or close or however you do bunker shit. But until it hits, you can still live normally.
But I don't want to live normally
in a hobbit hole.
See, so eventually we would like to buy land and build once the kids are a little bit older and out of the house, basically. And so I'm now trying to prep this so my wife will be ready for when we do it. When we do build this, have this land and that we have a escape door that you can go into the bunker from underneath, and you can build a small bunker.
I have a feeling when the kids go out of the house, your wife might go with them.
That's the reason I need a bunker.
I would start. I would get your own bank account right now, and I would start squirreling money away in that.
To get the bunker?
So when your wife leaves with the kids...
Oh, my wife thinks I'm nuts, but I worry about everything, and so then this doesn't help.
Just not your wife.
I do worry about everything. And then the coronavirus came, I'm like, fuck, we're all going to die.
We'll be all right. Just the flu.
Well, the thing is, though, everybody's like, all the death numbers are going to keep, multiplying. Well, then it's like in the last 2 days, like 15 new deaths and 20 new deaths. But then the infections have been, 2,000, 3,000. Well, yeah, because more people, the tests are coming back and that. But the people that are dying, in theory, are the older and the ones that have respiratory issues. But it's just funny because everybody online's like, this is going to kill us all. And then you kind of buy into it. And then you look at the numbers, you're like, well,
It's people who would die catching any virus.
It's just a little bit stronger virus.
Yeah, and they don't...
It's a strain of the bird flu. It's just a different mutation from the bird flu.
And luckily, I'm trying to say, but, the numbers are growing, but it's all in the central location. You still have small ones elsewhere, and most of them coming back to different countries are from the same area. So... But yeah, so it made me feel a little bit better, but I'm still like, I would love to buy a bunker just in case.
I have a question. How are you such a germaphobe when you used to bang all these skates?
Hey, down the hall.
Down the hall? This isn't political.
Okay, so anyways, moving on.
Talk.
So Kobe Bryant
these were
died.
dirty women.
Go away. Kobe Bryant
The
died.
listeners want to know this stuff. That's why I'm here.
2 things. Before we get to Kobe Bryant, shut up. Get out, Jim. I want to know, did you wear that Balboa Boxing Club hoodie today, intern, just to mock Jeff?
No mocking intended, but
Okay.
I mean, it's there for him. So
It's a very nice.
Doesn't
hoodie. I like
mock
that.
me. Rocky had like 4 good movies.
If it said,
Rocky 4 just wasn't one of them.
if it had something about his Russian training
Yeah.
facility on there.
Balboa Boxing Club in a barn
Yeah.
in the mountains.
Siberian Barn.
Kobe Bryant died this week.
What? When did that happen?
Just recently.
I didn't see anything on
Sunday.
ESPN about it.
I didn't.
I didn't turn on ESPN, so it's great.
I don't think I've watched ESPN for months.
Yeah.
I saw it on the ESPN.
Trying to think. Oh, no. I probably have seen a couple of Monday Night Football games.
But yes, so they were releasing 9 people died, including his 13-year-old daughter. It's sad. That part's really sad. But
No, the whole thing is
it
sad.
is a sad situation.
I mean, whether you liked Kobe as a player or not, you don't wish a horrific death upon anyone. Well, most people.
Hitler?
Hitler, I might wish a horrific death on.
Okay.
But a basketball player, regardless of whether I like him personally or not, I'm not going to wish his death.
Kevin James?
I'm okay with
I'm
Hitler
not wishing his death.
I'm okay with Hitler just eating a bullet.
Literally eating one?
Eating a mullet? Like the fish?
Fish, yeah.
Okay.
They said the helicopter was going probably 186 miles per hour when it hit the mountain.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an impact. They said the pilot circled the zoo 6 times because of the fog, and then decided to go up. And he went from 700 feet to 2,300 feet, or tried to, and I think he crashed at 1,800 feet into the mountain. And it was a bad day to fly when even the LAPD's like, yeah, we're not going to put our helicopter up there either. So
Yeah. Sucks that it died because you just didn't want to go through LA traffic.
see LA traffic is that bad. Yeah, like I said, you don't wish upon anybody, but same time, my God, Jim, are you okay to keep moving on
Yes.
with this?
I
Okay,
think I can handle it.
okay. What was the question that somebody said?
Somebody asked, has there ever been a celebrity or sports death that has meant more to this country than Kobe Bryant's?
Probably about 15,000 in the last decade.
And I mean, it was big news because he was young, and it was all sudden. Names that we threw out there before with people like Michael Jackson. The person was said since
Prince.
it was like Twitter has actually come together in one thing, and it's the first time it's happened. And the person actually said since Princess Diana's death, and then we're like, there was no Twitter then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that's why I feel like it's such a big deal is because this generation, Kobe was the Twitter generation, like he was the guy. So I feel like that's why.
In my opinion, he wasn't the worst death of the week.
Who would be?
Terry Jones.
Who?
Terry Jones of the Monty Python.
Oh, okay. I was thinking there for a second. Like,
that is more devastating personally to me because the stuff he did, I enjoyed. I'm not a basketball fan. I am certainly not a Laker fan. So there's nothing about Kobe's body of work that I personally.
the thought, what's been on is that he supposedly turned his life around after,
Oh, he was a shithead and an
he's-
egotist rising up. But when you're 18 years old and you go to the NBA and everybody's telling you you're the greatest, you're going to have an ego. You're going to think you can get away with anything, and he did. But then he grew as a person from it, and he became a better person, and he was actually doing stuff to make other people better. I mean, the stuff he was doing for women's athletics with his daughters was incredible. It's a shame it happened, but world.
He was accused of rape, though.
He was.
Well, he was.
Was he arrested for that, or was that
There were.
a civil trial?
It was filed. He filed. They settled out a suit for a civil case,
Okay.
and the grand jury never indicted for
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
They never brought
Because it's been so long,
2003.
I think Doug has another breath of... Oh, first off, breath of silence. And then breath of silence. And then Bob Shane, the last surviving member of the Kingston Trio, died Sunday. Connected with pneumonia Is this coronavirus? Help me out. Okay,
No.
okay.
No.
At age,
No, that was flu, not pneumonia. There's
Okay.
a difference.
that's at age 85. So
And that was sudden.
And
Although-
actually, one that we had missed last week was Rocky Johnson, the Rock's
Yes.
dad.
The Rock's dad.
how do we forget that? That one might be more devastating to
Oh,
me.
we didn't. I thought we had mentioned it.
No,
I don't think we did.
We didn't mention it on air.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the one that probably hit me the hardest was Chris Benoit. That was about the only celebrity death that took me back and was like, or athlete was like, oh damn it!
Well,
of all the guys, and then you find out the next day that he murdered his family. It's like,
Yeah.
that still was tough for me. I mean, I know people say Dale Earnhardt, you know,
Yeah, Earnhardt was one because that was again all of a
Done.
sudden.
Yeah, on the television, it was done. While performing his sport.
almost everybody that has turned left in NASCAR has died. So
Well, everyone probably has turned left at one point in time because they do have road courses 3 times.
hard
a year.
left, maybe.
Probably the most tragic sports death in my lifetime was probably Apollo Creed.
Oh. Throw the towel! Throw in the towel!
I came,
Throw in the damn towel!
I came in here with the intent on not driving towards Rocky this week because I feel like ever since I've been on the cast, every week we've gotten so far off topic. So I wasn't even going to bring it up.
Oh, that doesn't stop these two.
Oh, I know.
that
I'm
was
just letting it be known that
So that's been on TV 3 weeks in a row.
Yes.
And 3 weeks in a row, I still turn it on. It's such a good film. It is awesome.
in all reality, probably the one that hit me was actually Pat Tillman.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then what really makes it bad is the cover up and the lying by the U.S. government about the situation.
Whoa, they don't do that.
No.
yeah.
Ever. You want to know who kills JFK?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage knows it. He was in The Rock. He has the film.
Lee Harvey Oswald did it with a magic bullet.
Magic helmet?
Oh, I learned that on Chappelle's show.
Oh, I thought it was magic helmet. In my magic helmet.
Yes, magic exists.
Was that Chappelle or was that Key and Peele?
That was Chappelle's show.
Oh, okay.
With a magic bullet. Yes, magic exists. It's existed our entire lives.
Speaking of the
Getting
greatest
ready to leave. He's the president.
He's the
and
president
getting
ready to leave, and yeah, they had the cure for cancer all along.
Oh, I do remember that with Chappelle with the cancer.
Well, there's too much money in cancer.
And he was taking since the planet was going to end, he was getting on the spacecraft to leave with the hot blonde clones that he made.
Speaking of the greatest actor of all time, Nicolas Cage, they greenlit National Treasure 3. So, wait, we did talk about
we
that, didn't
discussed
we?
that last week.
It's such good news. I was just excited about it. I apologize. Let's see. I did see Jumanji: The Next Level.
And
I really liked the last Jumanji film, the one with The Rock
Welcome
in that.
to the Jungle.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. This one was okay. We were kind of bored this weekend and my wife's like, "Oh, let's go take the kids," and they've been asking to see it. My 3.5-year-old sat through it all. He enjoyed it. And then
Did he understand any of it?
he likes the first one just because it's animals and all that stuff. Not a lot of animals in it.
You should go see Doolittle.
Well, it's because it's the next level,
It is
not
not.
Welcome to the Jungle.
I will say though that we did. There's a couple funny scenes with ostriches in it, and then I did take the kids yesterday to the zoo. I was off, and the first thing they saw when they saw the ostrich, Jumanji. I was like, that's my education there. But yes, it was okay. I would say maybe a C+. It wasn't anything. I liked the first
So
one.
you're
a lot.
saying it's better than the original
Shut
from
up.
the 90s?
So Rocky 4, Brian. Let's talk about that. No, it was, not the greatest, but it was enjoyable. And then I saw Brittany runs a marathon.
I saw that a couple weeks ago, a month ago or so.
Did you like it?
Is that on Netflix?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It was not as. I
The
thought it would
ads made it look better than it turned out to be.
Yeah, I still. My wife and I were Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. We decided to, just kind of watch a movie, and there wasn't really. We were going through different options of that, and that one it came up. It was decent. I mean, it wasn't anything bad. I wasn't insulted. I laughed at it, but I thought it would be a little bit more humorous.
What type of idiot runs a marathon?
It's about a woman that basically is not going anywhere in life, and then she's overweight, and she basically decides that she needs to start running.
She's having body issues
At the age of 30, I think. Yeah, she's
and
30.
So she starts to get her life back in or into a good situation, but she becomes too obsessed with it. And when she actually breaks a stress fracture or something and can't run, she now thinks her life is over because
she's been so obsessed with
she's
running
obsessed with
this.
getting this marathon, and she's not going to be able to run the marathon. So she's angry. She's angry at her friends who can run the marathon, who she's been training with. She's angry at everybody and lashes out. And
Well, that just means she has problems.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, she has problems in it.
the whole point, they're not candy coating that. Oh, she's the hero. I mean, she is the.
It's based on a true story, but my wife looked it up. The true story is the lady that the lady did run a marathon. She lost all this weight, but she was married at the time. She was a ticket taker at a local community playhouse. So there was a couple of that, but most of it was basically But it was funny because I did like the one part when she goes into the gym in the movie and she's like, I'm looking at joining the gym. Oh, it's $129 a month. She's like, $129? He's like, yes, but it gets all of this of half. And basically you only get half. And she's like, I can go outside and run for free. He's like, yes, but for $129.
you don't have to do it outside.
Yes. But it was enjoyable. I liked it enough.
Did she get a sticker and put it on her car?
Oh, God.
This is 26.2 on it.
I don't know if she had a car.
No, she didn't. She was in New
Yeah, she was in New York.
Yeah.
Do you have a sticker that says 0.0 on it, Brian?
I do. Yes.
I like the 0.0 stickers.
Don't run.
Did you guys see any movies?
No.
Not this week, no. I didn't.
No.
No? Wow. I saw 2 movies this week. I was proud.
Shows? Yeah, I watched the Guys Grocery Games tournament.
How was that?
Eh,
Okay. Anybody watch the Royal Rumble?
no.
I did.
I did.
It was okay. It wasn't bad. The Women's Rumble I enjoyed a lot.
I missed the women's rumble. I was bowling at the time. I
Yeah,
didn't get
women's rumble was really good.
The Men's Rumble, the first 15 were not good. Brock Lesnar threw the first 14 guys out.
the only
One at a time, or
one
Pretty
at
much.
a time.
Yeah.
One
pretty
at a
much.
time.
that someone come out and Brock threw him out? Someone
Because
come
the
in,
good
Brock
news
threw
is
him out?
those 14 guys that he threw out. So when you try to build them up as anything else later on, nobody's going to take them seriously because they were all disposed of within 20 seconds.
Were any of them any good?
Wait, John Moore? Oh, you mean wrestlers that
Yeah.
showed up? John Morrison, who just came back. MVP just came back. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, he's done.
Was it Kevin Lee?
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee.
That was fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
He should have been the one.
Keith Lee
Oh.
should have been the one.
Shinsuke.
Yeah,
They
Nakamura.
just,
Way to kill your IC title. Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode. Robert Roode.
Bob.
Bob.
Bobbert.
Bob.
Bob. I mean, there were some
Glorious.
scrubs in there too, but you're like, if you want to build any of these guys up, you can't now because Brock Lesnar just destroyed half your men's division. It's like, that's wonderful. Thanks. It did make it worthwhile because Drew McIntyre punted him into the next row. So that was kind of fun. And Ricochet lowballed
McIntyre's the
him.
one that got rid of
Drew
Brock.
McIntyre won. Long time
Well,
coming.
I know he won, but did he get rid of
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Okay.
Ricochet lowballed him.
Ricochet kicked him in the nuts.
Oh, you didn't say it was a Ricochet match.
It was a Ricochet match.
Ricochet came in like, he's going to get thrown.
He's another one.
But the problem, he came in and then they beat him up a little bit, and then McIntyre came down and so getting ready to square up. Then Ricochet kind of just was in the corner, just kind of gets up and hits him right in the nuts, and then they throw him out.
Drew McIntyre does the Claymore kick to him out.
Man, that's the timing on that kick. If
you
that
mess it up,
yeah,
I kept thinking if Brock Lesnar fucking comes back in and tosses him, I'm turning this off.
yeah, I fully expected him to come back out at the end somehow.
All right, so I got to ask.
I thought
Edge
I thought
Edge came back.
Edge came back
in the Rumble.
yes,
Yeah.
I thought
First time since 2011 he came.
I thought
wrestled.
Reigns was going to win then, and then I was going to be so pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edge.
Or even if Rollins came in and won it again, I would have pissed me off too.
But you know what? These fucking guys, they kept making a point. Rollins comes out with his troops, Blake Murphy and AOP. And they're like, well, it's no disqualification. Fucking get in the ring then with these guys. Why are you standing outside the ring? Let them get in the ring and beat everyone up. That's what I never understood. Or as Bobby Heenan, the late great Bobby Heenan says, you bring a big crescent wrench to the ring. That's what you do. But Gorilla would say, will you stop?
But I don't trust their rules after that Falls Count Anywhere match.
That was WCW.
It was WCW.
It was Raven, DDP, and Benoit.
Okay.
And
but
then
still,
Falls Count Anywhere. Is
who
unless
owns
your foot's on the
WCW
rope.
now?
Wow.
Falls Count Anywhere, and what Benoit had, what was it?
Raven.
Raven. And he had a 1, 2, and Raven put his foot on the rope.
No, he didn't even get his foot on the rope.
It was under.
His foot was under the rope.
Yeah, so they had to break it.
Like they're like something. Raven was supposed to do something and didn't, and so they had to make that up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm glad they went with Drew McIntyre. I'm glad for that.
What do you mean they went with? He won it fair and square.
Correct.
I did like the test Orton kind of.
Edge Orton.
Yeah, the Edge and Orton.
Yeah, don't confuse Edge and Test.
Okay, the funniest part is Edge comes back after 9 years of being because of a broken neck. Basically, his neck was fused, and somehow they did it. He came back, and he gets in the ring. He looks great.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
And the best is Randy Orton used to be his tag team partner and looks at him and goes, "Look at this fucking guy! Like, look at you!" And he's like, "Look at your abs!"
So I was reading a little bit about that, and nobody knew that he was coming back.
Really?
They had a private plane. They had a whole separate area where he was at throughout the entire thing. So nobody knew he was there until he came into the Gorilla.
That's
and he went
awesome.
out. So that was a legitimate look at this fucking guy. Like, where did you come from?
There were rumors that
Yeah, I
they
mean,
they knew he was cleared
Yeah,
to wrestle a few.
He
matches
signed a new
year.
contract.
Yeah,
But
But he won't be able to wrestle because I watched the end of Raw.
you know what? That was the best ending of Raw when Randy Orton took him out and he was conflicted on what to do. That was awesome. He took Edge
He was-
out.
Yeah, he took Edge out, smacked him with a chair, put his head in the folding
Yeah.
chair on the ground as he's laying there convulsing, gets up on the rope and can't decide if he wants to jump on him or not. So he eventually decides not to. And so then he climbs down,
And does
goes
a-
outside of the ring and grabs more chairs and throws them in the ring.
And does a
Starts hitting them-
concerto.
Yeah, starts hitting them with chairs.
But that was awesome. That was the most hated Randy Orton has ever been for actually doing something. It was almost Twitter Randy.
Wasn't he hated for pooping?
Well, he did shit in some bags when he was younger. God. But if you could get Randy Orton like he is on Twitter, he's hilarious on Twitter.
yeah.
But yeah, when it was also funny when Keith Lee came out and Brock Lesnar was like, "What? Who's this fucking guy?"
Oh yeah, he looks at because Lee's bigger than he is.
Yes.
Oh.
And he's not muscular, but he is a big guy. I mean, he's got love handles, but he's athletic.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing.
He's quick too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quick. He can do moves. He's like a Bam Bam Bigelow, but more, I think, better.
A little more agile. I
Yeah.
think.
And probably is he a little taller? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is taller than Bam Bam. But yeah, when he came out, Brock Lesnar was like, "Look at this fucking guy."
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Brock actually had to look up to him a little
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, it was enjoyable.
It was good to see that Brock's been taking advantage of his Jimmy John sponsorship too.
What a fucking guy.
He had his abs are just Jimmy John sandwiches stuffed.
Are they the Slims or the Gargantuans?
Those are the gargantuans.
Yeah.
Each ab is a gargantuan sub. Because there's still definition to his abs, but it's just a lot bigger.
It does. But he still goes home and says hi to Sable
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
And
Canada.
and he still has the endurance to go through and wrestle that 35-ish minutes. I mean,
Yeah, really.
impre-
Was
it
this
is
the longest he's wrestled? Aren't most
He was
of his matches like
sucking
5
gas for
minutes?
a while.
It's not easy to pick up guys and just throw them
Throw
into
'em
the
around.
third row.
Yeah, the German suplexes get tiring after a while.
It was funny. The Eric Rowan they're trying to build up as this guy. I don't know what they're trying to build him up as, but he comes out. So you're like, okay, on Raw for the last 2 months they're building him up, and that he literally comes out, misses a clothesline, elbows Brock, and then Brock clotheslines him out. I'm like, well, that was pointless. Thanks for those 2 months of building him up.
I was hoping he'd release the
What's ever in the cage?
the possums or whatever he has in that animal cage.
He brings his
with him.
cage out, and it's covered in a green tarp, Jeff. I keep thinking it's the dragon that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat brought out one time.
The Komodo dragon.
I think it was an iguana, wasn't it?
It was a Komodo.
It wasn't a Komodo.
Or maybe they took an iguana and dressed it to look like a Komodo. They called it a Komodo.
It ate Coco's Frankie.
I was really impressed with Cesaro and his European European uppercuts.
I love Cesaro.
He is a master of the European uppercut.
Is he better at the European uppercut than the Wonderkind, Alex Wright?
Oh.
I think he might have learned from him.
Okay.
Cesaro is one of those guys that sound like Chris Collinsworth there. He's one of those guys that he can speak 11 languages, I think. He's built. He can wrestle anything and make it a good match. And yet they never... He should have been a world champion multiple times by now. The guy's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he can literally speak any language you want. Let him go. Let him be your ambassador. And there should not be, with 3 championships now with NXT, he should be one of them.
Pound for pound, the strongest guy in wrestling.
Yep.
He's up there.
So what you're saying is
For
he
sure.
needs a personality shtick to get him.
He does have a personality. I like him.
I liked when he was with
Sheamus.
Yeah, they were great. They won the belts 3-4 times.
Yeah.
I never liked Sheamus.
He's back.
I think he's just too pale for me.
But yet you like my wife.
She's not Sheamus pale.
She's pale.
Not Sheamus pale.
Anyway, so...
I mean, if he didn't, because he doesn't have pink eyes, I would have thought he was albino.
with a mohawk.
I don't know. We're talking about the European uppercuts. Orton's pretty good at them.
Yeah.
Orton's good.
Yeah, Orton does.
Because we play a game that I watched at the bar. You have to drink when your person does a signature or his finisher. And Orton comes in, he does the European uppercut. I'm like, you should have to drink for that.
What happens when he shits in a bag?
You have to drink.
Is that composite?
So is it like every time they do one? So like if someone is known for their suplexes and they keep
You're going to be drunk by the seventh guy.
like when they hold in a suplex and like suplex one guy 12 times in a row, that's 12 drinks.
Well, the rolling suplex, it was pretty much 3 of them, not just one move.
Okay, so if he does 12, then it's only 4
But Brock
drinks.
Lesnar's German suplexes, you're drunk by the second guy that comes in.
Oh, or when it was it like Fit Finley? Yeah, we called the
German suplex.
the
Irish suplex?
No, the European
uppercut?
uppercuts was one of Fit Finley's signature moves.
Was it his finisher?
No. What other ones that were there just had to drink a ton and passed rumbles?
Kali with his chop.
Great Khali with
the
his chops.
Yep.
You know, Fit Finley has a son that wrestles now.
Fitter Finley?
New Japan?
I believe so, yeah.
So Chris Benoit Jr., they're going to whitewash Benoit out of the history of the WWE, but they want to make money off his name and refer to his son as Chris Benoit Jr.
Who?
Chris Benoit?
Benoit's son?
Huh.
He had another son who...
Yeah.
From a previous relationship.
I think I would be changing my name.
Oh, his name is Ben. I don't remember what his first name is, but they're...
Oh, it's not Chris.
No.
He's not like a junior.
No,
Yeah.
he's
But
not.
they want him to be junior.
Yes.
That's what they want him, his wrestling name.
I would... Oh, no, you'd have to say no.
No.
But you're whitewashing his dad from...
You completely removed any trace evidence of him ever existing in the wrestling world.
There's matches are still available, like the Rumbles, and
Yeah.
but they've taken his name off like a lot of history.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, we'll get right past this for people that don't like wrestling. What's
No,
wrong
we
with
won't.
you? Twitter Pro of the Week, Bad Ideas podcast on Twitter. Follow us. Flair, what match should headline WrestleMania this year? Flair versus Lynch. Drew McIntyre versus Lesnar. Reigns versus The Fiend. Ugh. Or other. In last place was Flair versus Lynch. Becky Lynch. Charlotte Flair, who won the Royal Rumble, the women's, against Becky Lynch. Well, good news is that she's going to fight Ripley for the NXT title. So Becky Lynch will not be fighting Flair, so that's good. So Flair's going to be chasing Ripley.
Why would you go for the NXT title when you can have the heavyweight or whatever they call the
NXT is up there now. They're a third brand.
The NXT title is as prestigious as the
I would say
Raw
the women's
title.
the women's title for NXT is better, is more prestigious than the other one.
She can't beat the man.
She can't beat the man. She can't beat the man.
I honestly think that would have been my. If I didn't vote for other, I would have voted for that match.
In third place was Other. I'll get to that in a second. And winning 41% to 30% was McIntyre versus Lesnar over the Reigns and The Fiend. So there you go.
Does anybody else, again, not like the character of The Fiend?
Hate it.
I used to like it.
When they first came out with it, I was on board with it because he's such a good wrestler and he's such a good character. But now it's just like
His best character is Husky Harris. Everything else has been shit.
I like Bray.
Yeah.
And I liked him wrestling, but I just can't get behind The
now.
Fiend. It's just-
Yeah, like
The Fiend needs to be one of those things that comes out like the demon for Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
No, it should never come out. It's stupid. I don't like that crap.
Well, we had other
That
options.
ruins wrestling.
Intern Hackney, he wanted other was CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Stork, Episodic Geek.
You're actually going to read it.
He wanted Santa Claus versus the Easter Bunny. I want a Star Trek movie that doesn't suck, Besotted, but we're not getting what we want, huh?
I want Kane versus the San Diego Chicken.
Ooh.
Is Pete Rose still the chicken?
Pete Rose is the chicken.
In a cage on a pole.
please
Wait,
no,
we can get
no
former
more
Pete-
Pete Rose.
No. The problem is
Kane will kill him.
He's not allowed to take off the mask. And,
So you don't know who it is.
And it's a death match, a literal death match.
I'm
So
not
you
saying
get the mayor of Knox County.
we could get people who showed up on in WrestleMania before fight each other and have Pete Rose fight Donald Trump to the death.
Moving on, we have Mantar versus Lasertron. God, I love
that?
That
that.
was Doug, I'm assuming.
Yes. And
He is
then
such a
Jim
Mantar.
wanted me versus Jim in a furniture match. If we break any furniture, Jeff has to pay for it.
Yeah, not going to happen.
And you know what? We could go back to our old school days of wrestling.
Yep.
At the sporting goods store. I've won 8 times. I'm a 7-time heavyweight champion. I have a total of 8 wins on my belt.
With a losing record of like
142. 142. I feel like, though, the 7-time champ is kind of a fun thing, though. That is nice. That is nice.
See, the thing is, I won my belt once and never lost it. So I think that's more impressive. You had to lose it 6 times to win.
Oh, I don't care. I still won.
I was impressed when I won the first wrestling league belt that we had when when a friend of ours, Alan, picked up Jeff and I and did like
A German suplex.
Double body slam.
double
Yeah.
slammed his
Oh,
belt.
that's right.
And
Turned around to celebrate.
and I rolled over and pinned Jeff and won the 3-way match. And he's like, yeah, 2, 3, hey.
That hurt. I was just lying on the ground wanting it to end.
That's what
I
she
hit the
said.
ground, popped up, dropped an elbow, and then pinned Jeff.
Moving on. Let's get some listener feedback here.
It is time for the bomb listener feedback, brought to you by AEW Wrestling. When the WWE puts out such a trashy product, we just keep gaining viewers. And first we have from Santa
That's a Satan.
or Satan or
Santana?
Yeah.
Santana got us a
Black
gift.
magic woman.
What do we have here?
We got a Christmas gift from R.J. Holt, Randall Holt.
666.
It doesn't say RJ Holt.
Oh, it says Satan. Sorry. Oh my God. It's the Declaration of Independence. He got it from the National Treasure.
I really think it is the Declaration of Independence.
There's nothing in there. It's just white paper.
Told me it was a football.
I don't think
It's
it's
a football.
It is the Declaration of Independence. If that has Kevin James on it, I'm gonna
No,
buy
it doesn't. It looks like a Clue movie poster. Yes.
Well,
And
that's pretty.
An original Clue movie poster.
That is nice. Look at that.
Well, that's getting a spot of honor on the wall of the studio.
That is a beautiful, beautiful present. Thank you, Satan or RJ Holt, whichever one. So I guess we are definitely putting that in the hall or in
we
the
certainly
studio. Guess I'll be doing that this weekend.
We have an early front runner for the next year's
Floppy.
Canadian of the Year. The first question we have from Doug, number one fan.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
It is, rank all the Oreos you have tried on the podcast. Lemon, mint, golden, chocolate peanut butter pie, most stuff, white fudge covered, red velvet, carrot cake, pistachio, mocha, mystery flavor, caramel coconut, Peeps, and then we came up with ones that he didn't have on there. Chocolate marshmallow, maple cream, marshmallow moons, s'mores, and birthday cake. So, should we start at the worst flavor and work our way up?
I would say I don't think we have to rank them all just for time.
Can we just put them in groups?
Yeah.
Like top, middle, low.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
So, the bottom ones.
Peeps,
Peeps.
I don't remember Peeps, but I'll probably agree.
Carrot cake,
carrot cake,
Lemon.
Maple cream.
maple cream, lemon. I have lemon in the bottom.
Okay.
But I also ate an entire pack of lemon by myself.
So wait a minute, we got carrot cake, lemon. Which other ones? I'm sorry.
Maple cream.
Maple cream. Okay.
Birthday cake,
Birthday
Yeah,
cake.
birthday cake.
I don't remember that one as much.
Peeps.
Peeps. Yeah.
The mystery flavor? It turned out to be churro.
That'd be the middle for me.
I would say
that-
middle. I don't think it
that's
was
not
anything.
really- Good
no,
or
I
bad, it
particularly
was-
didn't like it, but okay.
I just didn't think there was, a big thing with it. Golden.
Well, where do we put most stuff? Because I thought we all agreed that was too much stuff.
That'd be the middle.
Yeah.
most stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the middle, I'd have like mystery, pistachio,
Chocolate marshmallow.
chocolate marshmallow.
Oh, chocolate marshmallow. Yeah.
Most stuff.
Golden.
I kind of like the golden because it's a little different. I put that maybe like fourth or fifth. But
I would
that's
put it
just
at the
me.
bottom, but
We'll put it in the middle since we disagree there.
that's fine.
Caramel coconut.
Caramel coconut's in the
That's
middle.
in the middle.
I would say chocolate's in the middle, right? Just plain chocolate.
Oh, wait. You got mocha written here, but you don't have latte. Wasn't that the name of it?
That was the other one. I like that one a lot.
I know
but
you'd put that at the top.
I would put that at the top.
Did you like it a latte?
I do.
Ba-dum-bum.
You're here all day. I do like the latte one. Birthday cake, you said was at the bottom, right? Yeah. What about s'mores?
S'mores be middle.
S'mores, middle.
Oh, okay. Marshmallow moons, middle.
Middle.
Middle. The marshmallow moons pretty much tasted like Lucky Charms.
Red velvet.
I have that at the top.
Oh, I put that at the
I
bottom.
don't remember that one.
I like the red velvet.
I've never tried that.
But I don't know if we tried that on the
Okay,
show
let's
or
disqualify that one since we can't confirm
not.
that
But I mean,
one.
red velvet. There is no
chocolate.
specific taste. Yeah,
It's a chocolate.
and it's. I think it's an inferior to regular, and
It's kind of like a devil's food chocolate is what red velvet is.
So
with food coloring.
for the top ones, I would say chocolate peanut butter pie.
Chocolate
Number
peanut
one.
butter
Absolutely.
pie,
Number one.
white fudge covered.
I've never tried those.
I'm not a big covered in chocolate. Like we got one coming up soon.
Yes.
After the listener feedback, we got mint cream fudge covered Oreos.
The fudge covered were delicious because there's just I put them ahead of all because it's just extra.
You said pistachio was in the middle, right?
Pistachio I have in the middle.
I don't remember that one as well. I know we did it, but I don't remember.
They're
that one.
thins. They're,
Yeah, they're thins, and maybe that's part of the reason because I like the thins better than the regulars. I would put pistachio higher than you guys, but I'm not going to argue.
Caramel coconut.
middle.
middle.
Okay.
And
So what's in the top then?
Chocolate peanut butter, chocolate,
Okay.
mint.
And
You put mint in the top.
Well, we didn't put it anywhere else.
I would put that in the middle, but that's fine.
Oh,
then
Top.
latte.
And you'd put the latte.
Latte.
at the top.
Okay. I'll give you mint. You give me latte. Aw, look at that. That's a lot of love coming around.
Is it a latte of love?
It is a
And
latte.
then also in the top,
You know what? You should write for NBC.
I put regular Oreos and double stuffs.
Double stuff is good.
What about the cookies and cream?
They're really good.
So we'll get to the fudge covered Oreos here in a bit.
How about right now?
Well, we got listener feedback. Let's do that first.
Oh, I thought we'd do this in the middle of listener feedback.
Tough shit, Jeff. Sit
While
down.
he's talking, we
Fine,
can
I'll do
be
this one.
eating.
No, while I'm talking, Jeff can eat Oreos.
Okay. Okay.
So we have
From
from Bob.
Oreo.
Why
Bob?
is Vulture, Michael Keaton, outside of jail in the Morbius trailer? And how do they know each other?
Morbius knows all. And I'm assuming he escaped from jail. I don't know how else to answer that.
I just said it's because he's Batman.
Ooh. And Birdman.
And Birdman, yeah.
I'm going to say that he's out. He's building his Sinister Six with Scorpion. And I'm going to say Morbius shows up in the next one. So I'm fine. You know, I was never a big fan of the Sinister Six in the movies. I liked it in the comic books. But I'm okay because I think you need a strong leader.
They never had him in the movies.
No, I know. I wasn't a big fan of them putting them in the
Oh.
movies. The comic books were great. I'm not big. I don't think Dr. Octopus could do it. Be shown well in the movies. The Alfred Molina one,
Really? Yeah. Oh, I thought that was
it doesn't
great.
age well.
No, I still disagree. I think the movie maybe not, but I thought Doc Ock and what they did with him, I thought aged very well.
But I could see Michael Keaton taking it over, and I'm fine with that. I like him as enough as an actor.
I'm thinking these mint, chocolate-covered mint Oreos are going into the top.
Okay.
Okay, you like them, huh? Okay. What else we got?
Next, we have from Jeannie of
Hobie.
Hobie. What is something that most people learn after it is too late?
Use condoms.
Survey says number one.
Oh, hey.
It's like a Family Feud question.
Brian?
Give me a
I said that if you don't use it, you lose it.
not on the board. Oh.
Mine is you find out that you're allergic to shellfish.
Ding, ding, ding. Number three. Number
Yeah,
three.
It happened.
Not to look down the barrel of the gun when cleaning it.
Well,
That's what people learn too late.
Not to stress about things when you're younger that aren't that very that important. Don't be around people that make issues for you. That's another one.
yeah, drama is really not fun.
No.
You can just cut that negativity out of your life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm negative, but at least I'm fun with it.
Even if it is a...
You probably should have built that bunker sooner.
That's another one. Damn it!
that global warming is real. Most people are going to learn that too late.
We only have like 11 years left.
It's already too late.
Oh, we had a good run.
Yep. Okay.
Did we
moving on.
though? Did we? Hobie did, but people in general, humanity, not much. These are
Next,
pretty damn good.
next, we have Steve from the Everything I Learned from Movies podcast. Who are the Bengals picking with their first 3 draft picks? Joe Burrow,
Joe Burrow, number one.
Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow.
They actually get to pick more than just Joe Burrow. It's allowed.
They're actually going to let the time lapse on all 3 picks by accident.
Because they're too busy celebrating getting Joe Burrow. We suck so bad we get Joe Burrow.
They forget to announce it.
Sir, you still have
Oh,
to
that
put
would
the
suck
paper.
if they forgot to announce Joe Burrow.
And then the Redskins run up and take Chase Young.
Chase Young.
I said Joe Burrow first, second round.
Lineman. I don't know which
Guard
one.
from Georgia, Solomon Kenley. And then third round would be a linebacker, Jacob Phillips from LSU. Those are
Think they go for a wide receiver?
They don't need one.
AJ.
This year's
What about
class
AJ?
is the deepest as far as running or wide receiver talent, so they can get 4th, 5th round talent later. Yeah.
You mean AJ? You mean a guy who they can put a
The
franchise
guy who will
tag
be
on?
on the Bengals next year.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying to you, playing without him.
Oh, if we're going to a little bit of sports talk,
You mean, so, like they did this year, had no AJ.
Correct.
So
with sports talk with the Cincinnati Reds just signing.
Didn't they already get the the World Series trophy?
Not
think
yet.
Not if you listen. So who'd they sign first?
Nick Castellanos,
4 years, $64
$4
million.
million with a buyout after the first 2 years.
No, an opt out. He can opt out after the first
And
2
then
years,
there's an
and then
option
a
year for the
fifth year option with a buyout.
Does he?
It depends.
If he has a good year,
if he has
then
a
he probably
monster
will.
year this year, no doubt about it.
That's what they were saying.
And
They-
everybody's talking right now. Well, the Reds have too many outfielders. What are they going to do with them?
Trade.
Well, in breaking news, Eugenio Suarez has had shoulder surgery for an injury he sustained while in a swimming pool, and is set to miss the beginning of the season.
wow, I missed that.
Yep.
Oh no, that just happened this afternoon.
So guess who can play third base?
Mike
Moustakas.
Moustakas and Senzel and Van Meter can play second.
And
So when's that World Series trophy coming?
no, according to MLB Network, well, I know that they spent money and they did good, but I don't know. Did they get the right people for it? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, my comment is to all the sports fans out there, the Reds. Be happy with your team signed, and they're getting better. They're spending money. It's making it exciting. Go out and buy tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy Reds jerseys.
Buy Reds
hats.
jerseys. Buy stuff. Cheer them on. And then at the All-Star break, if they're in first, then we can talk about. We
can start looking forward.
We start looking forward to buying playoff tickets and World Series tickets.
I don't think it's too soon
But
because
at least the team is showing they're making a commitment to try and win.
So
That's all
as
people
fans,
ask for.
That's what they've been asking
Yes.
for years. So now let's support them.
Now let's just see what happens in spring training.
Yep.
Houston signing Dusty Baker as manager.
Yes.
They can have
They
them.
named Baker manager today.
Yeah.
That's
But
fine.
I think that's the right move for him.
It's the right move for them, and if they don't want to win a pennant or a World Series, it'll work because Baker doesn't know how to win the World
In
Series.
shocking news, his son signed on as Bat Boy. 32-year-old Bat Boy. It's kind of a little old, but it's okay. If Kramer can do it in Seinfeld as a tennis ball retriever.
What Baker brings to him, he brings somebody who has been pretty clean his entire career as a manager, who does things mostly the right way, who knows how to run a spring training, who knows how to run a team, and with the short time they have to prepare, he's pretty much one of the only guys they could have named. Like Mets, I don't know with Rojas how they're.
I don't really know much about him.
yeah,
so,
how that's going to turn out.
He's been the bench coach for
I think
a couple seasons. So
Yeah.
I mean,
for the Astros didn't do Baker, Buck Walter was the only other option.
He was on
who's
the
boss
list.
is
Yeah.
now.
they haven't named one yet. They're looking at Ron Renicky, who's the bench
Okay.
coach. and
Bill
then-
Belichick.
That would be interesting.
Belichick's running the Boston Red Sox and the Patriots. Somehow Tom Brady's playing third base. I don't know, but it works.
And then Jason Veritek was the other name that's been thrown out
I
there.
heard
but,
Veritek's name out there. That's
I
I think that's too soon.
Yeah, he's got some. Apparently, what I was reading today, he's got some family stuff going on that he's not really ready to walk away from that. He's got so. I think it'll probably be Ron Renicky.
I think it's okay to pick the Reds as the World Series favorites because it worked for the Browns. They're playing this weekend in the Super Bowl. Right?
The Browns were
Right?
the 2019 offseason champs.
They were. They were. And then the season started.
Undisputed.
Yeah.
Undisputed offseason champs.
Yes.
So I don't want Cincinnati fans to claim that.
It's kind of like how Ivan Dragoff in Rocky IV was the undisputed preseason champion.
It's just Drago.
Yeah,
Drago.
I don't
I
know
like
who-
Dragoff
I don't know who
better.
Dragoff is.
You're a Dragoff. You know what? Fuck you.
Is that when two drag queens walk down, take turns walking down?
Yes,
the
it's on
runway?
RuPaul's Drag Queen
It's a
race.
drag
Drag
off.
race. Shut up, Jeff.
Okay, next we have from Kevin at Cincy Explorer. What was better, The Mandalorian Season 1, the prequels trilogy, or the sequel trilogy?
Oh, I want to hear Brian's answer first.
Huh? What?
Good answer, Brian.
I will say I have not seen Mandalorian Season 1, but my pick, keep that in mind, is Mandalorian Season 1.
Mandalorian Season 1.
Mandalorian season 1. There were some up and downs to it, but it was still a good series.
Oh, I thought there were some good parts to the prequels trilogy. I thought there were more bad parts.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad with a little good in the prequels.
I thought there was more good parts to the sequel trilogy, but with some epically low bad points.
The sequel had, it was low, got high, and then went low again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
I think
what happened there.
every movie had highs and lows. I mean, there's
They did. No, every movie had good parts and
Fucking
faults.
milk from a
Oh my God! An animal gives off milk.
Anyways, moving on. What else you got? That's how you get coronavirus.
It actually isn't.
Luke had the coronavirus. He didn't die from the Force. He died because of the flu.
Did anybody watch Saturday Night Live this week?
I did not.
They had Adam Driver on once again.
We had it on our Facebook page.
And they did Undercover Boss again?
They did Where Are They Now? Undercover Boss.
I put it on the History of Bad Ideas Facebook page.
Oh, I'll have to look it up.
It is funny.
And he's playing an intern there, and some of the job is to get the food and drinks for everybody. So, like, he's bringing, like, the coffee in, but he's bringing in the green milk.
Here's your coffee, sir. Here's your drink, sir. The best is, that's Kylo Ren, right?
That's Kylo Ren.
They're still doing it. One guy's like, that's Kylo Ren, right? It's a funny skit.
I really enjoy when Adam Driver's on Saturday Night Live. He is full into character in everything he plays.
Yeah.
He's a very odd duck, but he is a hell of an actor.
I love him.
Yeah.
I don't mind
Think
him.
he can be like this decade's Justin Timberlake?
No.
It's more. I mean, he's way too intense.
Yeah. And when they play on that strength, it's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
So, what else we got?
We have from Dev. Which director's cut stands a better chance at being released? The JJ's extended cut of Rise of Skywalker or the Snyder cut of Justice League?
Fuck you.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Good answer.
The JJ cut has a better chance of being released since I heard that they were actually considering it, where they had no consideration of the Snyder cut.
Just release a script, like they do with Colin Trevorrow. His version of the new Star Wars film. They didn't release the whole script, but they released like what the synopsis
Well,
was.
if you've already
just leave it like that. Who
if
cares?
you went ahead and shot all the scenes, you can release the.
Put it on your Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, you do it that way. I'm fine with the
But don't put
director's
it in
cut on the
theaters.
Blu-ray.
I'm going to.
You don't have to put.
You're never
If you
seeing
mean
the,
theatrical release, or do you just mean release for the public to see?
You're never going to see the fucking Snyder cut.
I'm going to go off the board. I'm going to go with Ridley Scott's directorial cut of Kingdom of Heaven.
Didn't that come out?
6 hours.
Yes,
Okay.
it's more likely to be released.
Oh.
It's 6 hours, isn't it?
It's 4.5 hours.
What about the director's cut of Blade Runner?
Oh, yep.
All
Jesus.
four
If
of them.
Is that, you know what? That might be the most annoying. Blade Runner was the most annoying cut. You know, when is it coming out? Until Snyder came along. Fucking Snyder.
Oh, the Blade Runner. I mean, they kept releasing different cuts.
Yeah, I know,
think
they
at
did.
least 2 director cuts and like 3 other cuts.
Would you watch a Snyder cut of Justice League at this point?
Oh God, it would be tough to get me to watch that movie again.
But it's a whole different film. But he did such a horrible job on the other ones. This one's going to be good.
I'll put
Just
it-
ask the fanboys.
I'll put it this way, Jason. Can the director's cut save a bad movie a la Daredevil? Because you told me you like the director's cut.
I will say I do like it, but it's still not a good film.
Okay.
Overall, it's not a good film. I like it. It's a guilty pleasure. Daredevil is not a good film, but I love it. The director's cut is better, but it's still, I mean, the Snyder cut, that is a good question, though. It gave me pause there.
What worries me about the Snyder cut is the comments that he made talking about what was going to be different. It was going to be more Steppenwolf.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
issue. Unless you're talking about the band, I don't want more Steppenwolf.
Maybe that's what he meant.
I would have been fine
He
with that.
had the rights to use Magic Carpet Ride, but JJ didn't want to.
He made a Warcraft movie that wasn't Warcraft, basically, with those guys. And that's the issue. It's like, again, all the fanboys hated on Snyder for 3 films. And then it's like, well, you didn't let him do his original cut. You hated his other movies in the DC universe.
I think the people who were saying that, though, didn't hate those. I hated on what
I don't
Snyder
buy
did to DC.
I
But
don't buy
you'll get Kev over there at 365 Flicks. He
Well, when they
loved the...
They still have a podcast?
when they record in 3 months, they can respond to this answer.
But he loved Batman v Superman. He loved the Man of Steel or whatever it was called.
Ugh.
I'm like, no, those weren't good movies.
I liked, who was the actor that played him?
Brandon Routh?
No. Brandon Routh did a hell of a job as Superman. Who played the other Superman? Henry Cavill. Yeah. I loved him on it. And
Oh, no,
man,
the
was he
cast-
yummy.
They cast well. I'll give them that.
Lois Lane was awful.
I didn't have a problem.
I don't think it was the actress's fault. I think it was the story, the script.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the casting.
No. I have no problem. I'm just talking. Yeah.
What do you think about Brandon Routh coming back and playing Superman in
Crisis for Infinite Earth.
in the Batgirl?
Oh, he's going to play Superman in Batgirl?
He made the cameo.
Well, he
Or
was
no,
on...
no, not Batgirl.
Supergirl?
Supergirl.
Well, wasn't that,
he was
wasn't that
doing-
part of the Crisis
Yeah,
on
it was
Infinite
Crisis on
Earth?
Infinite Earth. Yeah.
Where they had, the multiverse, so he
Yeah.
was the Superman from a different...
Tonight was the last
Because
episode
I've
of...
had some experience dealing with what's the bad guy?
Luther.
Just the cheesiness and I think I was great casting.
Ezra Miller showed up as a
I
Flash.
saw a picture of it. I haven't watched the...
And the CW's Flash gave him the title of the Flash, gave him the name. The
Fast-
Flash. Yeah.
Oh.
No, it was tonight was the last episode of Arrow.
that was
Arrow
tonight.
went off the tracks, but you gotta give it credit for what it did for 7 seasons and it gave CW a whole new life. It gave them 5 new series:
Was it even more than 5?
Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Batwoman, Flash, Black Lightning.
Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl.
said Supergirl?
Yeah, Supergirl, Legends Tomorrow, Flash, Batwoman, and Black Lightning.
Thought there was another. Oh, well.
So Brandon Routh got to play 2 characters. From
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Nice.
So, I think Legends of Tomorrow is ending too. I think that's what they
It
said.
should have ended after season 2.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it since season 2.
season 3 was rough.
Pretty much when, what's his name, Captain Cold went with Miller left. I couldn't pick up on
It is funny because they don't take it too seriously.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I enjoyed.
Yeah, but it's still not great.
Did what's his name come back? The time traveler guy?
Oh, the captain
From the first
Rip.
season? Yeah, Rip.
He came back the second season,
He did?
end of the second season.
Okay.
He showed up at the end of the year, I think, and then he came back third.
He showed up at the I think the last episode.
Yeah, and then he's in third
Oh.
season,
Okay.
and then that's when I stopped because it was not great.
And finally, a listener feedback from Professor Number One at Doctor Number One, who says Hollywood is out of touch. Joaquin Phoenix is wearing the same tuxedo all award season to save the planet. Not all heroes wear capes. Please discuss this amazing sacrifice.
So, since am I like in the same hero level as Joaquin Phoenix since I wear the same underwear every day?
Saw that coming. Good news is I don't wear any.
I'm saving the environment by
Jim,
not changing my underwear.
We're 6
Is-
inches apart. The only thing between me and my boys and you is this thin layer of pants. How you doing? How you doing?
And he's germophobic.
Won't be needing these anymore.
So what you're saying is you're not wearing the narwhal underwear.
Not today. I got unicorn underwear too.
Well, who wouldn't?
Exactly. Let's see here. I think that's everything. Jeff, what are you doing September 11th through the 13th?
I'm going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Intern, what are you doing?
I think I'll be at the expo.
Jim, shut up. Anyways, Cincinnati Comic Expo at Duke Energy Convention Center, September 11th through 13th. Hobie just got officially invited to the show, so we're excited.
We've been officially invited. We just got official confirmation.
Yes, we got.
Are we
confirmed.
are we the first officially confirmed?
I'm going to say yes, even though we're probably not, but yes, because there's some guests that have been confirmed.
Have they been confirmed publicly?
Nope.
Because we went public with our
We are the
confirmation.
first public.
There you go.
confirmation.
So come by, play some trivia with us. We're
If
going
you're
to
not
have some
first, you're last.
That's right.
I've always said that.
It doesn't even make sense, though. I mean, you can be second or third.
Still last. But yes, so Cincinnati Comic Expo, they will be releasing tickets, VIP tickets, probably the next couple of weeks or so. We'll let you know when. And it's September 11th through 13th. Visit CincinnatiComicExpo.com or follow us at The History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. We'll get you updated. They have not announced any guests yet, but they will soon. And we'll be doing trivia. We got a lot of new things this year. We're pretty excited about this year. So Ape Hands will be there. Number one fan, Doug. Scab Jeff will be there. I'm guessing.
I think he said he
Plans
on it.
Yep. Rumor is Dr. Bednar might be playing some music for us there.
Really?
Well, I don't know if he's playing music, but he might be there.
Well, if he's going to be there, he should play music.
That's right. So
We should open every day
With
our
him.
theme song.
it would be nice. So so that is September 11th through 13th. Keep listening to us, and we'll tell you when the tickets go on sale.
It's time for a new installment of the News of the Geek.
Dun, dun, dun. Per/film.com. It's been a long, hard road for the Uncharted video game franchise to make it to the biggest screen. Sony has gone through several directors, the most recently departed being Travis Knight, who had just replaced Dan Trachtenberg. The latest rumor is Venom director Ruben Fleischer was being eyed to take over the production, but it looks like Sony Pictures doesn't think they'll meet the previous set release date of December 18th, 2020. No, they're probably not.
Started rolling or gotten cast.
This is not a Nicolas Cage film. You can't just put it out in 2 months. Or a Kevin James film.
Maybe it will be a Nicolas Cage, Kevin James film.
Yeah, you pretty much can. There's a lot of movies that are just trash.
That's true.
And a lot of
can.
video
It
game,
won't be good,
A lot of video game
especially-
movies that suck.
Especially because you'll want definitely CGI and that type of post-production that is...
No CGI. Make it all... It is what it is.
Again, it's a video game coming to the big screen. Why haven't they talked to German's favorite, Uwe Boll?
That's a good call.
He retired from directing.
Or directing told him that he's retired.
Well, he said he's retired.
Uh-huh.
Whether he chose it or life told him...
It's like, hey, Jeff, you're fired. Dude. I quit. Okay.
If Sony shows up with money, I'm sure he'd do it.
If Sony shows up with Clark candy bars, I'm sure he's going to do it.
We could probably just show up with IOUs and you do it.
Oh, this is more than I got paid from. Considering this Germany pretty much paid for all his movies.
Yeah, they closed that program that was paying for him to make movies.
He defunct the Germany Hollywood studios. The studio has pushed the movie back to spring 2021. Guess what? You're going to push it back more. Bumping Masters of the Universe movie off the release calendar.
What?
Deadline!
Why don't you just keep Masters of the Universe on the release calendar and bump Uncharted off?
Ironically, Masters of the Universe is completely done. You're done. You're pushed back still. Deadline has word on the Uncharted movie release date. Initially, Sony had hoped to get the movie off the ground before star Tom Holland had to go shoot the third installment of Marvel's Spider-Man franchise. Appears they couldn't pull that off. I'm shocked that Sony couldn't do that. And opted to give themselves a little more time to sort things out.
Wait a minute, they're Sony.
Yeah.
If they wanted him to do another
back-
movie, just push back Spider-Man.
They're like, Spider-Man's going to make money. Uncharted may not. They say it's been going on for roughly the past decade. They've been trying to get this made. Nathan Fillion at one point was
I remember
was
him
the
being attached
rumor
to
for
it,
the lead.
or-
Mark Wahlberg was the rumor, and then Tom Holland. Jerry O'Connell, I think, was in there too. The shift in release date also creates some uncertainty for Marvel's Masters of the Universe. The adaptation of the animated series has been in the works for a long time, with To All the Boys I've Loved Before heartthrob Noah Centineo.
Whoever he is, I don't know.
Recently being lined up to play He-Man. The movie was set for March that year, and now it doesn't have a release date at all. Last fall, there were rumblings that Masters of the Universe might end up going to Netflix as a movie, but that might still happen. But Netflix already has 2 animated adaptations in the works. One will be an anime-style series that picks up where the series left off in 1985, because let me tell you, that ended on a cliffhanger in 1985.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Why are they bothering to put out 2 different versions? One that's
Well, the next one is
one's a
another.
reimagining.
Yep, of the original series. It doesn't make sense. I have no idea.
Okay.
Make Mouse Guard.
I mean, I can see maybe if they were like having like 2 shows that kind of took place, like if they took place in the She-Ra universe or something.
Netflix already has a She-Ra.
Yeah, and then now you add He-Man and this other, other He-Man centric show. Yeah, okay, 2 He-Man shows, but I mean 2 completely different.
She-Ra on Netflix is up to 4 seasons now. and my 5-year-old daughter loves it. It is well done. It's funny. They've done a good job with it.
And they got a cool horse.
They do. Horsey. So there you go. Uncharted movie, let's just be real. It's never going to be made. It's not.
Do we want one to be made?
I don't care.
No.
Did anyone really get it that much into the game to begin with?
It was a popular game,
It was a
but...
popular game, but
Fun game, but I mean...
Okay, would you rather have Uncharted or Indiana Jones 5 with Harrison Ford?
Well, I don't want the Harrison Ford.
So you
back
want
in
Uncharted
there.
above that?
Yeah, I'll take that above it.
I would rather have a Link movie.
Oh, from Legend of Zelda.
I'd rather have a Qbert movie.
That would be cool.
Hubert's an asshole.
He is an asshole.
He curses a lot.
He does. He does.
No, he was in Wreck-It Ralph.
He was.
Yes, he was. Yeah, so there you go. Masters of the Universe movie is never going to get made either. Let's just be real. Per Bleeding Coal, the site has a solid track record, supposedly, and previously dropped news about the Inhumans movie being canceled. Sorry. Sorry.
There's a list of things that they
Yeah, who
got
cares?
right.
Yeah, whatever.
Including the Inhumans movie being canceled, the budgets of Infinity War and Endgame, and even the death of Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
Well, now they're saying a Secret Invasion TV show is coming to Disney Plus, which will be based on the comic book event penned by Brian Michael Bendis, illustrated by Lionel Francis Yu. This will reportedly tie into the Captain Marvel's movies and Spider-Man Far From Home, which may have dropped a hint. Where Talos, hint about the storyline playing out down the line where Talos and his wife, two heroic Skrulls, were shown to be masqueraded as Nick Fury and Maria Hill.
Spoilers.
Yeah. In the comic, it featured a Skrull invasion of Earth and a number of characters being outed as Skrulls in disguise. The second series has already been given the green light. There's a second one, and we reportedly revolve around an A-list character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they haven't said which one. It's kind of a vague answer, question there.
What do they consider A-list?
I don't know. Who do you think? Wolverine?
Black Widow?
Black Widow?
Well, it's not Hawkeye because that got put on the back burner.
Did it?
because, Yeah, because of Jeremy Renner's issues.
Well, he wasn't even going to be the star of it. He was just going to help kick it off.
Yeah, but when he allegedly, threatened to shoot his wife, that could be a problem. Could be a problem for
Some
PR.
people
Well, that's
deserve
what-
to be shot.
That's what
Stop it.
When you're
Hitler.
You're
we
Ronin.
discussed Hitler deserved
When
to
you're
be
Ronin,
shot.
that's what you do.
That is true. That is true.
He was just in character.
I would have taken a whole Ronin series, actually.
I think it would have been a good one.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, so they said A-list.
But would you have counted Hawkeye as an A-list?
No. I like Hawkeye, but no. Who do you think, Annie?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out who they consider A-list. Because,
X-12.
Yeah, I mean, if they're getting the rights
Fantastic
from
Four.
since they own Fox now, some of the could be something like that.
I could see Fantastic Four.
No. There's been...
Too much.
they just beat that into a ground horribly so many
I'm not
times.
doubting that.
But
I'm
this
just,
will be Marvel doing Fantastic Four, not
well, they did
Fox.
well with Inhumans.
Oh, why was that so bad? Like, I can't believe the same people that made every other, like, even other Marvel television shows, like, same people were in charge of that. I mean,
Which is being shut down.
It is, yeah. Everything's leaving. Like Cloak and Dagger,
Yep.
Runaways. The last
Agents of
season
S.H.I.E.L.D..
Of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep. Which is, you kind of expected. You knew Disney was going to change something up. So they kind of bring it all under one banner.
See, they don't have to until if it ran its natural course. I'm fine with it.
They have to. They have to ruin everything.
They do.
Stop
If
it.
they're cutting it short,
What do you mean, stop it?
They don't ruin everything.
they do.
No, they don't.
Everything they touch, except for maybe Spider-Man,
Except
has
for
been
maybe,
ruined.
except for maybe the intern. He actually came back, and he seems to be okay.
How was Disney?
Well, he was in shackles while he was
I
there.
mean, I got to work on my singing. That was cool.
So that scene from Family Guy was
that,
accurate?
Yeah, that was Stewie's portrayal of me at Disney. Yeah.
Did you get a suntan, though?
No.
You were
He's
trapped
locked
I
inside.
was
It's a
inside.
small world.
Are you closer to your dad now?
Oh, yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Okay, just making sure.
But I did get the coronavirus.
Get out.
Why aren't you wearing your mask?
That was a Corona beer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
They still get out.
Which would you rather have? The coronavirus or the Corona beer?
Without lime.
The Corona beer comes with the lime. The coronavirus comes with Lyme disease.
That's right.
I don't know.
Corona smells like feet.
Oh, it does.
Anyways, there you go. Forget. Last thing is Quickies, Howard the Duck, the animated show, and Tigra and Dazzler animated shows were canceled by Disney Plus this week.
Boo.
Disney, sorry.
No,
they're both
but-
supposed to be on Hulu this week, or this year.
But I'm booing because I wanted the Dazzler show.
Tigra, I like Tigra, the character.
He's all right.
I think that would have been kind of fun, but yeah, they canceled both. Howard the Duck was supposed to be made by Kevin Smith.
Ah.
He was writing it.
See, I've never had a desire to see any more Howard the Duck.
Supposedly, She-Hulk is still going forward.
I hope so.
And there's another one that's working. They're working
Not
on.
in your right up
I did
there?
see today that they're moving forward with the Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
Disney Plus is.
Kevin at Cincinnati Explorer is very upset by this. Disney Plus is doing it's a sequel to
Yeah, it's not a reboot.
You know.
They're not just rebooting it and starting all over. It's more of a
Where are they
Continuation.
now?
yeah.
and Emilio Estevez
yeah,
is in it.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I
be
have
back.
no issue with this, to be honest.
Oh.
I have no issue with that
So
at
is
all.
he still coaching down on their luck teams?
I'm guessing
every-
probably not.
Moves around the country to a different place for to help kids.
He's not allowed being within 50 yards of a kids hockey arena now. It's a
Gonna
very
be
dark
difficult
turn.
to be a
yeah,
coach then.
it's like the Woodsman mixed with Mighty Ducks. It's very deep. But anyways, yeah, I have no issue with that. Good
No,
for-
that's. I mean, that's awesome.
I'd rather have you acknowledge it at least.
Right.
So, kind of like Saved by the Bell and Peacock.
Yeah, they got. They just landed Zach.
Yeah,
So
and his son,
What?
yeah.
Mark
So-
Paul Gosselaar, signed on.
So the only one that they're still working on is Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, even Lark Voorhees signed on?
Supposedly, yeah.
Not
Dustin-
Screech.
Not Screech.
Hamilton. They didn't get Dustin Diamond.
No,
though.
no.
Did they get the girl who played Tori?
No, you know, is that Leah Remini?
Mr. Belding's back. He's signed up.
Duh.
They're actually filming it at the studio, and he can't move. So they're just filming around him.
Tiffany Thiessen's the only person other than Mark Paul Gosselaar who's actually done anything. Oh, except for
Mario
AC
Lopez.
AC Slater, who's
He's
just,
hosting Extra or whichever one of those it is.
yeah.
He moved.
Well, he does it.
It was a big it was a
He
big
works
thing.
every day. Come on.
Yeah, he
At
does
least he's
work
got
every day.
solid-
He's kinda-
He was also the host of Taco Fest down on the river last year.
Mark
2 years ago.
Mario Lopez
But he wouldn't talk to us.
No, he wanted nothing to do with me.
with Hobie or
With me personally.
oh,
You didn't have the Hobie bump.
get the Hobie. bump.
Yeah, well,
Well, now he'd probably be calling you when
Yeah.
he shows up in town.
Well, it was funny because they're like, if you get Peacock, we talked about this a little bit. You can get their basic stuff for free with commercials, and then you can pay $4.99 for their
Advanced stuff.
Yeah, which is their newer with their new stuff.
I'm a little upset at
with
that,
commercials. But
with
the funny thing
commercials.
is,
or
like-
$9 or $10
Without commercials.
Without commercials.
But I'm like, can I just get the free stuff and stream The Office? Because that's fine. Because it says $4.99 is just their new like their library, but also their new shows. Okay, I'm fine with that.
yeah,
but-
and every Dick Wolf series,
Well,
everything is
there
gonna
you
be
go.
involved with for the free streaming, like all 21 seasons.
Really?
of Law and Order, SVU, everything.
Criminal Intent.
Because they said they're going to release most
Cyber.
likely the pilots of all their shows, their new ones that they're making just for the streaming service, for the free thing, so you can get hooked. And then the $4.99 is the next thing up.
I better get to see my Psych movie for free.
You're not.
I'm going to break something.
I'll give you $5 so you can get it for a month and watch it.
Or just do it for free for over a month and
Yeah.
watch it.
But I want to break something. I'm going to put Jason to a table. Jeff, buy us a table.
He did. He bought us the podcast table.
But you can't break that. I mean, physically you can, but I don't want you to break that.
Anyway, so there is your news of the geek.
crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
Doolittle still sucks. No other news other than just going straight back into the top 5 for January 24th through the 26th. Bad Boys for Life made another $34 million, a total of $121 million on a $90 million budget.
Continues to amaze me.
So they're going to make another one?
Yep, they're in the talks already.
1917 made another $16 million, a total of $104 on a $100 million budget.
Making a sequel to that, too.
It's going to be called, what, 1944?
1918. They're just going to keep going
they're
every
just
year.
doing the next year.
Yeah. Not much happened.
Then Doolittle, it did pull in another $12.5 million.
Jesus.
A total of $44.5 million on a $175 million budget.
I don't think it's making its money back. Especially since China is now closing all movie theaters. I don't think it's working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be bad
Yeah.
because of the virus.
You're not even going to get China to get money for you.
I was reading earlier, the U.S. has told them that they're going to ground every single flight from the U.S. going into China or Japan until the virus gets contained. The U.S. is going to ground every flight going into the country. So,
when is that happening?
let me find
They were
out.
talking about it today. It probably makes most sense at this point.
Well, The Gentleman. Do I know what The Gentleman is?
It's about gentlemen.
Okay. It made $11 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
Yep.
It's the Guy Ritchie film with McConaughey.
McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam.
Ah, okay.
That's why Charlie Hunnam is on our stock.
And Jumanji: The Next Level made another $8 million, a total of $283.5 million on a $130 million budget.
I contributed $1 million of that because taking 5 people to the theater is about that much.
Well, they don't get the cost of the studio doesn't get the cost of concessions or anything.
We snuck in food.
So you're saying you paid $1 million for 5 matinee tickets?
Yeah.
You went to the wrong theater.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not expensive, but
This is why I
it's
can't
not-
afford a bunker. We decided to watch Jumanji instead.
Upcoming, opening January 31st of 2020, we've got The Rhythm Section.
Isn't that a documentary about like the things that Catholics do so they don't get pregnant?
Shut up.
No, it's Rhythm Method.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
It's Blake Lively's and
that doesn't work. I'm living proof.
A woman seeks revenge against those who orchestrated a plane crash that killed her family. Blake Lively, Jude Law, Sterling K. Brown, Daniel Mays, Max Casella. Yeah.
So I'm rewatching Justified on Hulu right now.
Nice.
And every single commercial is the Rhythm Section trailer.
Yeah.
Like, break it up. Like, one out of every fourth commercial. Not every single one.
Depends how much Rhythm Section paid for those commercials.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with a lot of watching things streaming or like online. Is the
Gentleman-
commercials tend to be very limited, and you
Yeah.
get the same ones over and over and over.
The Gentleman was last month's.
Was it?
Yes.
At least you're not getting the vaping commercials. Oh my god. Those fucking things. Jeez, oh peace, those fucking vaping commercials.
At least
Especially when you have the Muppets that go, oh.
At least the month when they did the Squatty Potty commercial, that was at least amusing.
That's a bona fide hit.
It's a great commercial.
Yeah. It's $1 billion company. I watched
if-
Shark Tank a lot.
$1 billion?
Yeah.
If I could just get
That's a billion.
Yeah, they've done $1 billion in sales. It's amazing.
$1 billion, because like Apple and Microsoft just became $1 billion or
Nah.
$1 trillion. They're
They might be a trillion.
They're probably trillion.
what am I looking
They
at?
did $1 billion like in a.
Well, that's years
in
in
a
sales.
couple
That's not
months.
worth
Squatty
value of the. But yeah, I think they're $1 trillion companies now that I'm thinking about it.
Apple did that just in like 2 months on charging everybody after they sent out an update and everybody getting their phone redone.
Oh,
24 hours after Squatty Potty. Oh, maybe they're not $1 billion yet. After Squatty Potty went on Shark Tank, they saw $1 million in sales.
$1 million.
Yeah. By the end of 2017, they made they had $33 million in sales.
Close to $1 billion.
Shut up.
just that far away from $1 billion.
Yes.
Jason doesn't know math.
We don't do math well. What else we got?
I never did order a Squatty Potty.
Next, we have
Supposedly
Gretel
work.
and Hansel. A long time ago, in a distant fairy tale countryside, a young girl leads her little brother into a dark wood in desperate search of food and work, only to stumble upon a nexus of terrifying evil.
Now, food and work. That she's stripping or prostituting. Is that what this movie's about?
Lady of the Night. Let's get it right.
The Squatty Potty is only $25 on Amazon.
It says it works.
Is $25 worth it, or shouldn't I just get like a couple of cinder blocks?
I was going to say telephone books, but you know.
Hey, this kid that plays Hansel looks a bit like your son, Jason.
Oh, God.
Well, let me
Get
see.
out of
Now I
my
gotta-
studio, Samuel Leakey. He does kind of look like him. God.
But anyway, buy, sell, and the stock of the careers. We're starting with Charlie Hunnam. He is currently, or at least at the time this outline was printed up, was worth $21.98. And he has coming out Jungle Land and Waldo.
Oh, those abs.
Now, is Waldo like looking for the guy in the striped shirt?
I don't care. It's Charlie Hunnam.
So you're buying, I'm assuming.
You think he made a mistake not doing 50 Shades of Grey?
No.
No.
I'm being serious. Like,
No,
do you
I don't think he. No.
Okay.
Especially.
If he wasn't, good
If-
for him because he wasn't comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
And good. I'm glad he didn't.
I like him. I love Sons of Anarchy, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you don't see. I thought he would do well afterwards, and he has not done much.
He's done he's done a lot, but it just hasn't been very popular.
Okay.
I did want to see that one movie he made for Netflix.
Triple Frontier.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was
Awesome.
good.
Loved it.
I'll have to check that out. Because it looked good.
Yeah, Ben Affleck, Charlie Hunnam,
The Mandalorian, Pablo Pascal.
Pablo Pascal. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Charlie Hunnam was in The Mandalorian.
We did just get a update from number one fan Doug about Arrow series finale.
Yes.
He said just watch the last 10 minutes.
They all die at the end.
No, he said the last 10 minutes is awesome. Diggle is amazing. That's it. He's like the rest of it.
Oh,
is
Diggle's
okay.
still in the show?
Uh-huh.
Did he leave for a while?
We won't spoil it on air since it just came out.
Oh.
But
Did Diggle leave the show for a while? Because
I think he was out for a season, but he did come
I
back
think that's the
full-time.
last time I was watching. I don't think Diggle was.
He was
in
awesome.
it.
So Waldo is not about where
Where he is?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a disgraced ex-cop seeks solace by moving to the woods,
And trying to be not found.
but his quiet life comes to an end when a private eye recruits him to investigate a murder.
Oh, been better if the
Charlie
private-
Hunnam, Morena Baccarin, and Mel Gibson.
Oh.
Well, I'm sold for the
Wait a minute,
first
who was
two.
the last two? Who was the
Mel
last
Gibson.
one?
Clancy Brown.
Oh.
Ooh, Clanky.
He was in The Mandalorian this year.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, before Jungle Land, he also has the true history of the Kelly Gang coming out.
Oh, that was supposed to be
Yes.
out already.
Wasn't there a Kelly Gang movie that
April
came
24th,
that
2020.
failed years ago?
The history of the
That-
Kelly Gang stars George McKay as the Australian outlaw during the 1870s, Russell
Yep.
Crowe, Nicholas Hoult, Charlie Hunnam, and Ezzie Davis co-star.
That was supposed to be out last year, I think, and they pushed it back for some reason. Yeah, he's been working, or I don't know, not obviously work on it, but he's been in that one for a long time. I thought that came out already.
But wasn't there a movie Ned
Yes.
Kelly with like Orlando Bloom or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
That was like
did
2014.
terrible.
Yeah. Wow, it's Orlando Bloom.
Jungle Land looks awesome too.
What's Jungle Land?
A reluctant bare knuckle boxer and his manager brother must travel across the country for one last fight.
Oh, so it's like The Fighter.
But an unexpected travel companion exposes the cracks in their bond.
It's a dog.
It's a woman.
It's a dog.
A woman gets between them.
So Charlie Hunnam's now at $21.75.
I'll buy.
He's dropping.
I'll buy.
He's down 15 cents from just like yesterday.
I'll buy.
I'll buy.
This week, his high was 22.06. This season, 42.73. So
Wow.
I think at $22 is a good buy.
I would buy.
It's tough not to because I can't see him dropping two. I mean, he just needs one hit, and at $21, $22.
Buy.
That's not bad. Jim just bought. Great. Now you're driving the price up, so by the time I look at it in 8 months, it'll be higher.
Yes.
And we also have Finn Wolfhard, currently at $99.20.
That's a lot for him.
Upcoming, he's got Ghostbusters Afterlife and The Addams Family 2. So I'm assuming that's a voice role. That is a lot for a child actor.
Stranger Things 4 will be coming out soon.
I'll buy. Addams Family made money enough. Ghostbusters is going to make money
Yeah.
because I don't think the budget's that high.
Is the third It movie coming out?
No, but they said they could, but it wouldn't be with the same cast.
Of course not. That's the end of the story.
So
Really? Have you seen most Hollywood films? They keep going.
So how is The Turning doing in theaters now?
Do I know what The Turning is?
That's why he's on this list.
It came out at number 6 this week.
Okay.
It made enough money to break even, basically, this week. So
What is The Turning about?
It's a horror film inspired by the Henry James story Turn of the Screw.
Oh.
Yeah. I would buy. For $99? I'm sorry, I thought that said $49. No, I'm not buying for $99. No, I'm not buying for that.
Almost $100.
No, I'm not buying. I'll sell.
Even with the Stranger Things push.
I'll buy.
It made $7.3 million this week.
Ooh. This
I'll sell.
season, his high was 171.61.
Finn Wolfhard?
Finn Wolfhard.
Okay, I'll buy now.
When did this season start?
This year. I mean, last calendar, I guess within the last 12 months.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Stranger Things, they all came out last year, so yeah, it would have been high at that point.
The It push, yeah. This week, you got up to 101.93. Now it's down to 98.04.
Okay, wait on.
Still dropping.
He probably went up when he was announced that he was going to be in either when the Ghostbusters trailer came out.
So are you buying or selling?
I'm selling.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So the Ghostbusters Afterlife was the trailer in front of Jumanji this week.
Okay.
So my daughter was petrified. My 3.5-year-old was just like, what the hell is this? And my 9.5-year-old son loved it. So he has never seen Ghostbusters. Do you think he's too young for that?
For Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think? He's seen bits and pieces. And again, I watched R-rated films at the age of 6. I have
Ghostbusters rated R?
No, I'm just saying. But I don't have a compass for what's appropriate. My wife, on the other hand, was the firstborn child in her family, so her family was ultra strict on her. Obviously, lessened as it went on. But so we're like, kind of in like we never can figure out what exactly is a good one. He's seen Indiana Jones trilogy, so I was like, at that point, I think he's pretty much good for the Ghostbusters.
I mean, I
Yeah.
honestly think as long as you know what he's watching and you're there to discuss things,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot I would say, especially if it's not rated R. I think he's old enough to watch most PG-13.
And that's what we've kind of done before. I mean, I was just kind of wondering that too because
Unless you have a problem with children seeing boobs,
not really.
which I wouldn't. But
I know people get upset by hearing cuss words. That I don't give a shit about that. You know, as long as he's not using them, he
Yeah,
knows.
fuck them.
Yeah, because I told him I'm going to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife opening night. I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan, but if I don't see it open night, I'm not going to see this one, and I'm kind of intrigued to see what they do with it. So I'm like, okay, I'll go see it. So he asked if he could go along, and I'm thinking I might, but I'm not sure. Not sure.
if I were you, I'd take him.
You think? Okay.
Mainly because otherwise you're probably going alone to see the movie.
No, that's fine. Jeff, you know me. I love watching movies by myself in theaters.
But I know you're like, I was pretty much saying don't expect me to
No, I know that. I figured that.
I'm not against seeing the movie.
There's a lot of movies. I've seen enough movies with you, Jeff, that I know which ones you won't go see opening night with me.
You made me
The
see-
Meg.
Oh, God, yeah, no. After you made me go to Godzilla opening night,
No one else wanted to tell.
I'm like, I've got other things to do on Thursday nights. It's trivia night, and I'm not going to waste it on a movie that, I don't even want to particularly
It was
see.
good.
Godzilla wasn't.
You're not good. At least buy you dinner that night.
Probably, I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, let's do some top 5.
Or shared your popcorn. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, you don't share.
No. Top 5. So Blake's out this week, down in the Corona, so we decide to do something that he doesn't care about. Wrestling. We apologize if you don't either.
Blake doesn't care about wrestling?
But we'll make it enjoyable for those that don't. Let's see here. Basically, we're doing the top 5 worst Royal Rumble winners. We all had different reasons for this. I did not include any of the women's Rumble winners. There's been 3 because I don't think you can get... none of them offended me. None of them irked me. Charlotte Flair is not my first choice, but okay, fine. It's still early. You don't know what the story is. Mine were how the story played out after not only who won it, if they were the best choice that year, but also how the story played out through WrestleMania, because if you win the Rumble, you get a guaranteed title shot. at
Not
WrestleMania.
always.
You're supposed to. Well,
Not always, as I was investigating.
1993 and on, you could. Wait a minute, let me make sure. That's first year Yokozuna won. That was the first year. That was 93. Yep. Because 92 Ric Flair won, which was probably the greatest Royal Rumble ever.
Still not always.
Pacing and everything.
Yeah.
There is a couple exceptions. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Jeff, you go first. What's your number 5?
I'll go first. My number 5 is WrestleMania 19.
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Royal Rumble 19 when Rey Mysterio won.
And why?
Because I hate Rey Mysterio. And I don't think he ever did anything in WWE to get a push that big.
He was my honorable mention. It was 2006.
He was an honorable mention for me as well.
And the reason is because Eddie Guerrero died, his best friend the year before, and I loved Eddie Guerrero. And they gave him the push. And I hated it because the whole time, it wasn't even like, basically they were just pandering to it. And it's like, you didn't need to do that. Of course, Randy Orton did have one of the best, as a villain, had one of the best promos against Rey Mysterio. You keep looking up to Eddie, and everybody knows he's not up there. He's down here or down there. And it was like, ouch. And people were like, oh, did that go too far? Did it give him heat? Then who cares? I wasn't even offended by that. I just thought the whole thing was stupid because Rey Mysterio is 5'5",
Yeah.
130 pounds, and he was number 1, I think.
He was number 2.
Number
He
2.
was number 2. Yeah, at that time, he set the record for the longest time in the ring.
And was that after Benoit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Benoit is third.
Okay.
First,
He broke, I think,
2018,
Benoit's record.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Did he have to beat... that's right, he had to beat Benoit's record because Benoit...
Benoit, yeah,
had
it was
the
right
murder,
after
yeah.
Benoit's death and whatnot, too. So.
See, he was in. There was been 7 people who've been over an hour.
Daniel Bryan's an asterisk because it was the 50-man Saudi Arabia Blood Money Royal Rumble.
Oh, that was a 50-man Royal.
That doesn't count.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
he
count
still
that.
wrestled an hour and 15 minutes.
I'll give you that,
16
but it was a
minutes, something.
shitty Royal
Well, if you're
Rumble.
counting, now granted, we're only counting the Royal Rumbles,
Yeah.
but when WCW had their 90-man or whatever it was,
60-man, 3 rings, World War III.
and
I actually thought about...
really cool.
It was. I thought about opening.
Kidman, not only was he spend most of the time in that ring, like he was in every match that.
Yes.
He hung on the side of the ring.
Yes.
For half the match.
He was thrown out, grabbed onto the thing, and was hanging there.
Road Dogg did that a lot.
Speaking of that, that was one thing that
Did they
really
ever show him fall
irritated
off?
me this year. Is that every year Kofi Kingston always has his moment
Yeah.
where and they didn't even give him that this year.
No.
Oh, he
Yeah,
didn't get
the
to jump on
women's
a
match.
chair.
They did do
and-
it in the women's match with
Naomi. That was kind of fun.
And they did it with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he got caught.
They threw Seth
and
Rollins
Mandy
into
Rose
his
got
people.
caught by Otis.
Yeah.
I think the Kofi thing, they're like, look, you lost in 4 seconds. We'll let you go 2.5 minutes with Brock in the Rumble? It's like, thanks. That's awesome.
Yeah, he always has his Rumble moments, though, and I've kind of just grown accustomed to seeing
what he's going to
do. Because to me, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's just something I've come to expect.
What's number 5, intern?
I have a tie.
Of course.
Son of a bitch.
He's going to probably eliminate 2 of mine with his
2018 Shinsuke and Asuka. They were they each won the
men's and the
women's. So
both lost, didn't they?
Yes.
In WrestleMania.
Oh, in WrestleMania. Yeah, they won the Rumbles.
That was one of the Asuka, especially because she was on that undefeated streak. She went through, and then Rumble, she lost, and then buried.
That's where I have Shinsuke as my number 5 because they pretty much buried him after this.
And
they thought he was getting a push, and I haven't heard his name since.
He's an Intercontinental Champion. That's it.
I mean, I don't know.
Asuka was a shitty thing, too, because they brought Ronda Rousey out right after that shit.
Yep.
And she just kept pointing at the sign. Oh, Ronda.
Yep.
What's your number 5, Jim?
I had Nakamura.
Yeah. My number 5, this is a little bit different one, is Del Rio in the 40-man Rumble.
This one, I didn't. He was an honorable mention.
In 2011.
2011.
Yeah, that was my number 2.
Really, and here's the thing that pissed me off is they always say anybody can win. They never let anybody win anymore, and it's like. They always used to say number 30 was the best number. Nobody ever won until The Undertaker and Michaels won back-to-back years. I think it was Michaels or Cena. It was Cena, sorry. Undertaker and Cena. And it was like, finally, I have no issue with that. They're best numbers, blah, blah, blah. This year they had Del Rio and Santino. Del Rio rolled under the ring somehow. You literally forgot all about him. Santino tosses out somebody. He's standing tall, and you're like, he doesn't have to get to WrestleMania. You can have him lose the title shot later on at pay-per-view. But at least that would be awesome. Nope, Del Rio fucking comes back in and tosses him. And I'm like, of all the times, and the fans were going nuts, and Santino can wrestle.
Yeah. He's super talented.
What record does Santino have about a Royal Rumble?
Shortest.
Quickest elimination.
Yep.
1 second.
Yep.
Can you be in the ring for only 1 second?
He was.
He came in, going out, got put out. I wasn't ready.
I do remember it, but
did show up at this year's Rumble. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Santino.
I have mixed feelings about that. It was kind of humorous just because she eliminated herself.
Right.
But then you kind of think of the old school Vince McMahon. Oh, he's back to cross-dressing. He thinks it's hilarious. Okay, good job. Good for you, Vince. Okay, you dirty old man. But I will say, can we give props to Beth Phoenix for busting her head open this year and still wrestling 30 more minutes?
30 more minutes, yeah.
Her whole back of her head was bloody.
Yeah.
Her and Bianca Belair were wrestling. Bianca punched her.
That's a made-up name.
Punched her, and she went back into the turnbuckle and missed and hit the post.
Smacked her.
Yeah.
If you watch the clip, you can hear it.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
And she's married to Edge.
Did she win?
No. I would have been fine if she actually won.
Beth Phoenix is married to Edge?
Yeah. She's the announcer on NXT.
With Nigel?
Yeah, and Morrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my number 4? I'm sorry, Jim, did you have something?
I was going to say, this year's Rumble, with the great pushes you have for John Morrison and Eric Rowan, they were in for 8 seconds.
I was going to say 10.
My number 4, 2016, Roman Reigns was the heavyweight champion. He, the powers that be made him put his title on the line for it because it was a big power thing, Triple H and all that.
This is my number 4.
Triple H and Dean Ambrose were the last two in the ring. Reigns got thrown out. Titles up for anybody, which I always love the Rumble when you have a title on because you know it's going to be a decent one.
Oh, that's the reason I hate this one.
Well, the problem is you should have made Dean Ambrose the champion at that. He should have won it. Instead, Triple H won it because, well, of course, you got to have Roman Reigns come back and beat him at WrestleMania.
But number 20 was WrestleMania 29.
20. Oh, it was
2016, so it was 4 years
20.
ago.
It was 20. The Royal Rumble 29.
Yeah, Royal Rumble 29. Yeah.
Royal Rumble 29. Triple H. I mean, one putting the fucking belt on the line against 29 other people, making him start being number 1 with the belt on the line, and the guy who comes in at number 30 wins.
It would have been one thing if Brock put the title on the line this year because he would have had his ego. I can beat everybody. That's one thing. The problem is you've seen this before, too, when the authority figures are like, fuck you, you're going to be number one, put your title on. You know, something similar to it. It's like, okay, whatever.
It's a boring, tired old...
And
It should have been
that's what-
Ambrose.
You want to give somebody a push, and Triple H gave it to himself.
Yeah.
Triple H. That was my number 4.
Intern.
Number 4 for me was 1991 with Hogan.
Russell, that's my number 3.
What number is Earthquake?
Number 3.
Yeah, it was in 1991. It was Royal Rumble number 4.
Well, number
Why do
4.
you say that?
Oh, he won 3 and
Because that
4.
was,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, that
Yeah, 3 and
he was
4.
the first 2-time winner.
Yes.
So he won it in
90.
90, 91.
And then I just, for me, I would have rather have seen someone else win.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of the same people winning the match back to back or
Correct.
multiple
I have
years.
Hulk Hogan's winning Royal Rumble number 4 as my number 3.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's Hulk Hogan,
Right.
yeah, the guy who's great and he wins back to back. Yeah, it's like fuck that.
And the worst part is that he usually came in around 25 or 26.
Yeah,
And it's like you didn't
and-
fucking do anything.
And this is towards the end. He couldn't wrestle anyway.
Well, the funny part is in '92 when he got tossed over by Ric Flair and Sid Vicious, or Sid Justice at the time. Everybody thought, oh my God, Hogan, whatever. The fans were cheering. They didn't want him as champion in that one.
Yeah.
That was the one the title was on the line. And so Ric Flair won. And everybody was cheering because they didn't want. I'll tell you, you go put Sid Justice as the winner and they would have been fine.
They were. I was tired of Hogan by then, and
I was never a fan
they
of
still
Hogan.
haven't learned. They still keep putting the same people.
Well, hence the AEW grew. It was funny. I was watching 2012 today, and I think there was 2014 in there. Cody Rhodes came out, and I'm like, oh my God, look at this guy. Now you see him, it's like years later, and you're like, and Michael Cole's like, this is my dark horse that could win it. And I was like, yes!
Did he win it?
No.
Exactly.
But it was just funny seeing him now compared to then. What do you got for number 4, you said, Jeff?
My number 4 was Triple H.
Okay. And number 3 was
My
Hogan?
number 3 was Hogan, and number in the 4th.
Okay. Number 3 for you, intern?
Number 3, Royal Rumble number 7, Bret Hart, Lex Luger.
Yeah.
The double elimination, and one referee said Hart, the other referee said Luger. Then the president came out and said, "You both win."
Yeah, there are 2 winners in number 7.
The only reason I didn't put this on there, one, Bret Hart still ended up going on to win the title
He did,
at WrestleMania
yes.
10, and it gave us the rise of Owen Hart. So that's why the Rumble was bad.
Yeah.
But it did give the coin the phrase the Diesel push, because Diesel eliminated 9 or 10 guys. And he was kind of unknown at that time.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing memorable about that one. So, good. What do you say, Jim? Number 3?
Mine 3 was Hogan.
In 91?
Yeah.
My number 3, Vince McMahon in 1999.
That's my number
That's
one.
my number 1.
Really?
You mean you think there's somebody who was a worse winner than Vince
I got 2
McMahon
more.
winning?
I got 2 more.
Because I thought for sure everyone would have Mr. McMahon at number 1.
did.
The other 2 was just because I'll get to them in a second. Vince 1999 was awful because he was number 1 against Stone, or he was number 2 against Stone Cold.
You're
Number 1.
number 1. And then who was
Shawn Michaels was the commissioner.
and you're number 2.
And it was awful because Vince McMahon literally sat outside the ring for 40 minutes
Well, what happened is he ran out of the ring,
Yeah.
and Stone Cold chased him.
and got jumped.
He ran to a bathroom where he got jumped and got sent to the hospital. But
So
then,
Stone Cold never got thrown out, so he won.
no,
He came back.
He comes back, beats everybody up, and throws him out while Vince is sitting on the side of the thing with a bounty on Stone Cold's head to throw him out.
Which I thought the bounty was fun.
And
It didn't do anything,
The
but
only thing about that was it was decent.
yeah.
and who ended up getting him out?
Vince McMahon started helped push him out.
Yeah,
So did he pay his bounty?
no, because he threw him out.
Vince McMahon threw him out.
He helped throw him out, is what you
He
just
took
said.
credit for it.
Yeah, I forget who else was in it.
So then
It
he made enemies with other people then.
It was an awful Rumble because the problem is that was right around the point that everyone else that could get to the main event scene was in other matches and they weren't in the Rumble. So I think the biggest name you had in the Rumble was Shamrock, Billy Gunn. And that was about it. I mean, there was nobody that was available.
Had Billy Gunn. I mean, Mr. Ass.
Yeah.
That was an awful one. Number 2, and I could flip-flop 1 and 2. 1 is just because it's a personal irk of mine. Number 2 is because it's 2015 Roman Reigns. He won it. The fans booed. And not only because nobody cared about him, nobody wanted him to win.
Nobody wanted him to win, but they cared because they were booing.
And the worst part is his final 3 was against Big Show and Kane, who weren't even top-of-the-line guys at that point. They were shells of their former selves, and everybody was like, this is your final 3? Like, okay. And afterwards, Big Show and Kane, the fans were booing so much.
No, but you say that like the WWE doesn't recycle all the guys who've been around, or how many times have they brought the Undertaker back? And people love it. Big Show and Kane are still viable.
It was awful. So then they come back in and beat him up, and the fans were cheering because they didn't care about Reigns. Then The Rock comes down, saves the day, hugs the Reigns because that's his nephew, cousin. Yeah.
Some sort of relation.
Yeah.
We did this the other night at Dana's. We were talking about this.
And then they boo The Rock because they hated Reigns so much. When you have people booing The Rock, that's an issue. It was, and plus the Rumble was not good. Everybody knew Reigns was winning, and it was awful.
The biggest problem I have with your critique of wrestling is you think because people boo that they shouldn't win.
Well, they shouldn't win.
If people are booing, that means they are passionately against them, and you keep that person winning.
I don't disagree.
Because we sit here and talk about it.
The issue
if everybody loves what's happening, nothing fun
Maybe
happens.
I should say, make a better storyline. If you want Reigns to be your guy, fine. That's your choice. I wasn't a big fan of Cena as the guy, but at least they had somewhat compelling.
I don't think they were booing Reigns because they disliked him. They were booing that entire story. They were booing the production of it.
That was 15, right? You said
2015, yeah.
So that would have been
5 years ago.
What? Yeah, but was that during the Shield?
That might have been during
I think
the
it was
Shield.
after Shield, wasn't it?
I'll look it up here. But yeah, I mean, the storyline was not good.
That entire push of him seemed like it lasted 18 months.
Yes.
Where, everybody was just tired of him.
I just remember Jason complaining about him week after week, and I'm like, I don't even watch the wrestling, and you hate this guy, and he's like, I can't believe they still let him. They're still giving him a push. I'm like, you're telling me about him. That's why they're giving him a push, because people are bitching and complaining about him on Twitter.
Brock Lesnar defended his title against Seth Rollins and John Cena in a triple threat match. So, yeah. It was also in Philadelphia, and that did not help.
They got the best fans.
Oh, Daniel Bryan was eliminated in the first half of the match. That helped. That was part of the reason, too.
Yeah.
That was part of the reason. So, Jim, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania number 16. I just hated his character ever since he came in.
Okay.
And that was even before he had this stupid tattoo.
Oh, the sword?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he leave right after that?
Yeah.
Go back to MMA?
Yeah.
He won it, came back and won it.
Minnesota Vikings. Played for the Vikings. Well, training camp.
Yeah, I was like, did he play?
And that was what Undertaker, Batista, and Lesnar were the last 3 in that one. And
that's a hell of a final 3.
Undertaker threw out Batista, and Batista kind of distracted him, and Lesnar then threw Undertaker out.
What's your number 2, intern?
Mine was Del Rio.
Oh, okay.
Talk about that.
Jeff?
My number 2 was Hulk Hogan in the 3rd Royal Rumble.
1990?
1990.
My number 1.
Oh, really?
That's why. Because Mr. Perfect was supposed to go over, because his whole thing, he was perfection, and fucking Hogan played a power play in it. No, I should win. I'm the champion, I should win.
I'm Hulk Hogan, I should win.
And he threw Perfect over. Fucking Hulk Hogan. That irks me more than anything, because Mr. Perfect was a perfect character. And they fucked it over.
Doesn't bother me more than Vince's own ego.
That was your number 1?
Yeah.
Number 2 for you? Was that intern?
But I had Hogan on my list twice.
Okay. 2, what was your intern?
2 was Del Rio.
Oh, okay. And number 1, Vince, for both of you guys.
Yep.
Vince.
Mine was Hogan. Honorable mention, I had Rey Mysterio. at 2006, and then Randy Orton in 2017 because he went on to face Bray Wyatt. It's like you already had there's no a storyline, you already had it in there.
So pretty much we agreed on almost all of these, huh?
Yeah.
I know somebody had all 5 of mine on, or at least an honorable mention.
Bautista 2014 was another honorable mention because that was the year Daniel Bryan should have won. And the only positive about that is Daniel Bryan, the fans revolted so much they had to put Daniel Bryan into the.
But Batista should have won before, too. So,
Was 2014? Was that number? Oh,
14 was
28.
28.
okay. Which one was the Batista? Oh, that was 05. Batista won.
I don't remember.
Cena.
I
I
do.
don't remember.
Yeah, that was 05 when Vince blew out his quads.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
He was
okay.
running to the
That
ring.
was 2005
That was.
when he tried to jump into the ring and his legs just hit the apron.
Yes.
And he sat down in the ring. He couldn't stand up.
And he just furious
Yeah.
and couldn't
Pointing at
do
them.
anything.
My honorable mentions, I had Royal Rumble 6, Yokozuna.
That was a stupid ending, too. Macho Man jumped, did the elbow, and then pinned him.
Right.
And Yokozuna literally tossed him
him
over
out.
the ropes.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is that?
It's because Macho Man doesn't know how to adapt.
I think he was
he
on
can
the.
only do what he does.
He didn't snap into a Slim Jim.
He did not.
And the other one I had was, Sheamus in 2012.
Oh, yeah. That was lackluster.
Yeah, and he was another one of those guys where I felt like they were building him up, and then he got to Mania, and then he got buried.
Yeah.
So,
He also beat Daniel Bryan in, 20 seconds?
Yeah.
That was it. Opening match. Thanks.
So I got a question.
7.
When they're doing this and they have somebody win who, looks to be like a guy they're trying to get over, do they already know they're not going to win in WrestleMania when they have them win?
I think it depends.
Or do you think they take the temperature of
they do.
what's going
because,
around?
This year is a prime example. The winners of this year was supposed to be Roman Reigns and Shayna Baszler. But
Baszler's awesome.
Yeah, she is. But last minute, just the way that McIntyre got rid of Brock, everybody, they knew that McIntyre Brock was going to be the WrestleMania thing, but
Yeah.
they just ended up changing it and having him eliminate Reigns.
During the fight, they
Yeah,
changed
they
their
changed
minds?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
Same with Baszler. They knew that she was going to be either fighting Becky or
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah.
So they just kind of took.
Could you imagine Baszler versus Bailey? Dear God.
That would
I love Baszler. I love her.
I like her and Andrea are both
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, why do you even need Ronda?
right.
There's no reason.
It's
Marketing.
yeah. I mean,
But
it's,
Baszler is 10 times better.
I semi expected her to show up to help Baszler.
Yeah.
Ronda. I semi expected that.
We had some picks here. Big Dev. Roman Reigns was too soon to get the rocket, like we said, 2015. Bork Laser, a.k.a. Brock Lesnar, because he left the next year like a little bitch.
Fork laser.
John Cena, both times. Hulk Hogan the second time. See, that irks everyone. And Mr. McMahon. Let's see here. Doctor Number 1, Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton. Okay. Let's see. Randall McDaniel, RJ Holt. He had Roman Reigns, 2015. Brock Lesnar, Del Rio, Randy Orton the second time, and Rey Mysterio. So pretty much everybody's. I will say when John Cena came out number 30, when he was supposed to be out with injury for like 6 more months or 5 more months and came out and won it, that was impressive.
Yeah.
That was a shocker. That was fun.
Who do you think Blake's answers would have been?
Fake.
Like,
Fake.
And then fake, and fake.
We got 2 more real quick. Jared Mills. He had Alberto Del Rio in 2011. Sheamus 2012. Randy Orton 2017. Hart Luger 94. And Vince McMahon 1999. He said, I left the women's matches out as there's so few. I don't feel like any of the winners didn't deserve the win. And then Chris Richardson, g'day, mate. 365 Flicks. Lex Luger, 1994.
What's your Scottish accent?
Yeah. Ron Nerdle. Vincent McMahon, 1999. Bautista, 2014, like we talked about, Daniel Bryan. Alberto Del Rio, 2011. And Roman Reigns, 2015. So there's been a very big consensus around the same ones.
Well, to be honest, there's only been, 33 of these?
33, something like that.
So, I mean, it's limited pool.
No, I know,
to pick
but
from, and
nobody
good
bitch,
ones, yeah.
nobody bitch about Stone Cold winning 3 of them.
Dev had 2 of... No, not Stone Cold. I'm sorry. That was...
Cena.
Okay.
So
I mean, he played and he won all 3, but he was a major. He had major
Correct.
storylines, and it made sense. And I mean, yeah, we kind of and most of the, like,
And Stone Cold helped put other people over.
Yeah,
yeah,
He did.
Hogan did.
No, he didn't.
Perfect went on to win the title.
The only thing Hogan helped put over was people over the rope so he could win.
And the Nasty Boys.
He put over
His
Hulk
buddies.
Hogan.
Ugh.
Oh, he did help Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
The Disciple.
His brother-in-law.
Horace Hogan. Yeah.
That was nephew.
My nephew. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Bad idea of the week.
Making yourself win your own Royal Rumble.
That's number 4050. There you go. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Hopefully Blake gets away from his corona. And Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum. Titles for the show. I got Boxing Day in Siberia. Boxing Gym in a Barn. His abs are sandwiches. And should have built the bunker sooner.
I have banging skanks.
Get out.
Corona smells like feet. That's all I have.
I have Siberian barn and bunker shit.
Bunker shit.
I've got composting toilet. I've got drag off. Smell.
How would you spell that?
DRAG-OFF.
Exclamation?
Well, you put an exclamation at the end of everything.
Okay, so, okay.
If you want to, you can capitalize it all. Smells like feet.
I think we have actually done that one before.
That doesn't work. I'm living proof. And Bork Laser.
Bork Laser. I'm good with, I like Bork Laser. But I like the drag off because you just kept... and it fit...
Ivan drag off or just drag off?
Just drag off. Then people will, what the hell do they mean by drag off? Then they'll get it and they find out it's just Jason screwing up someone's name.
Well, drag off it is. Change approved. We'll be back next week with less wrestling talk.
Bye.